Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina. I have successfully hit all the buttons. You can hear me. I am one of your hosts, Josh902. This is our other host.
I'm DT3. Hello, everyone.
You
Hello.
guys can hear Daniel. I'm going to turn Daniel up for you guys because I know sometimes it's a little quiet on my end for some reason. Um, but welcome to the Clockwork Cantina. Sorry we did not have an episode last week, but Monday was it was one of those days where it was like, I haven't had them in a while, where I just don't feel like doing anything. I get kind of sad and feelings, and it's weird things, normal things, but weird things. So you get like that sometimes. So we didn't have a show Monday, which I apologize for if you were looking forward to that. But we have a show for you this week. We're gonna do D&D World Building Part 4 here, which, by the way, I'm not prepped at all for, so this is gonna be great. But it's fine because I have tools that are gonna help us. And I made the conscious decision when I realized we were doing D&D this week. I'm like, I'm not gonna prep for this because it's gonna be. I want everybody to see what it's like to do it normally. For Part 4. But that's in our second half of the show. This is episode 79, by the way. Which is
Mm-hmm.
one more, and we'll be at episode 80, which is fucking dope.
Big 80.
Which is awesome. Um, but the also last week I finally finished moving everything out of my fucking house. I figured I'd address that at this moment. Everything is out of my old home. It's completely 100% done. Thank God. I have
Excellent.
I have I have a few boxes over here of like books. I Snapchatted my books out the other day. I was like, "Who wants books?" Because I have just boxes of books. Um, but hi everybody, and welcome to the show. It's been a little bit since we talked. Um, we have a lot of news to go through because we have last week's and this week's news gathering. Um, so let's hop into it first off, though, by doing what we do every week, which is what have we been up to the past 2 weeks, because we took that week off. So Daniel, you start us off here. I see your notes that you have a fuckload of stuff that you've been up to.
It's
How
been
are you
a
doing?
been a quite of a what's the word? It's been a busy 2 weeks, man. I think yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So played a b- so I've been playing a lot of games, watching movies and stuff as usual. Uh, Finished Mass Effect 3 finally, like forever ago. Like it's been
100%
a
done.
while. Yeah, we're done. We're done with the trilogy. That's it. And also, all of my YouTube videos for Mass Effect should be up now. Like all three games, like from start to finish, should be up on YouTube. If you guys ever want to check out my run, go over to my YouTube channel and check that out because all
How's
three
it
games
feel?
are up now.
How's it
Feels
feel that
great,
you've got
man.
it that whole series? You're a fan now,
It
yeah?
feels yeah. Oh, absolutely. I am absolutely a fan. I'm looking forward to doing our N7 episode in
Mm-hmm.
November because we will be doing one.
Yes, we will.
Uh, and I just like now that I've completed them, I understand why people love this series so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of great characters. And then the thing that I guess I didn't expect to be as good as it was like the lore and the world building and just the universe in general. Like it's really
It's
good, man.
insane.
Like
It's fucking
there's like
crazy.
there's like so much backstory and history on all these like you know races and species or whatever you want to call them, and then like the things that they've been through and done, and like this person and that and has done this, and that person has done that, and like this is where oh, this person knows this person from over here, like, yo, that's crazy. And then like the thing I also didn't expect was when I was playing the first game is like it's only been what, like 40 years since first contact by the point of the first game, something
Something
like
like
that.
that.
I was like,
Yeah,
dude,
something.
that's fucking nuts. And it's been 40 years and the humans already have like a human specter and like, a place on the Citadel, and like they're trying to get in on, like all that stuff. And I'm like, that's crazy, dude, after only 40 years.
One of the things that's mentioned during the game, and I'm sure we'll talk about this when we do the N7 episode, but I think it's worth mentioning here because we're talking about how it's 40 years and like we're already kind of have a specter and everything, a place on the council eventually and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, one of the things that's mentioned in the game is just that humans are extremely adaptable, compared to every other species in Citadel space. It's like we can adapt to almost any situation, and that adaptability is what has kind of slingshotted the human race in Mass Effect kind of to the forefront, which some races don't like. Like some species just hate that the humans are kind of like that.
Yeah,
That we're kind of rush into things. But we'll definitely talk more about that during our N7 episode.
for sure. That'll
Because
be good stuff.
it is nutty. It is nutty, and I love the idea of playing a game where you do first contact. Because like that is would be so interesting learning about all these other species and races for the first time. You kind of get that with Andromeda, Mass Effect
Yeah.
Andromeda, but
Which speaking of
but
Andromeda, like you know, if for those who are watching or listening that don't know, I originally played Andromeda as my very first Mass Effect game, like years ago when it first came out.
mhm.
And like while I enjoyed it at the time, like I would love to like go back and like revisit it at some point. Now that I've done the original trilogy, just to see like you know, obviously there were
I'm the
things at
same.
the time that I wouldn't understand and whatnot, but like now I'm like, man, what would it be like to go back and replay that now that I've done the trilogy, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's yeah. Again, I enjoyed it at the time, but like I feel like I would enjoy it. I think honestly even more now that I've played the trilogy. Like, let's be real, dude. Like, if I liked it at the you know when I first played it before the trilogy, like I feel like I would just enjoy it even more nowadays. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool. What else you been up
yeah.
to?
Finally made it through that, and that was fun. Played a little bit of Sea of Thieves, played a little bit of Payday 2. Those are some games that I haven't played in a hot minute that I wanted to. That you know was just fun to get back to. Finally got back to that. Played some Predator Hunting Grounds. Um, Played some more Apex, and then I reinstalled Warzone, so I've been playing some of that. Or I played a little bit of that. I got to play more of it though. Um, I well, we started kind of playing Red Dead Online again, like you know a group of us. So I've been
Yeah,
getting into that again, and it's been a good time. I you know been upgrading and buying the things that I need from my stuff. Like I fully upgraded my moonshine shack now and my camp, and like I got things in a good spot, so I can you know fully maximize you know what you can do in that. Um, and I saw fun with it, you know. So definitely been playing that. Honestly, I'll probably play more a bit later today, you know, because
yeah,
that's fun time.
yeah. I've been hopping on there
Uh,
too with you. It's fun.
yeah, and then I played the alpha for the Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt.
What do you think of
I
that? Cause
streamed
I
I
didn't try it.
streamed that on Friday, and I thought it was fun. Like I had fun with it for what it was. You know what I mean? I didn't really see anything that was like that made it like super special from other um BRs. But I will say that most other battle royales are what like first person, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one was a third person game, so it kind of felt to me like if you combine Fortnite with the third person, you know, aspect of it, and then like you gave your characters like abilities and powers and stuff, like you know maybe like an Overwatch or like a Valorant, you know, you combine a few of these things together, and you know, that's what it was. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was, you know, again, it's like your normal battle royale, but I mean, I definitely, I would have to say that I enjoy it more than some of the other ones. I mean, like definitely Fortnite, because I mean, again, I typically like playing games in third person more so than first. That's just like a personal preference of mine. Um, so that I really like. And then like the fact that I don't have to build a house like Fortnite to you know try to get away or escape or you know take cover or something while I'm getting
Yeah,
shot at is pretty good because that's one of the reasons why I don't like Fortnite is that you know the building aspect of it, which I just never liked. I realize that that's what separates it from the other BRs, but I just never liked that. And then yeah, I mean it was I played like 2.5 hours of it. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, the matchmaking didn't take a whole lot of time. You get in, get out. Yeah, it was fine. Like, they had different classes. You could play as like different, vampire types and whatnot, and each had their own abilities and stuff. And
That's cool.
yeah, it was fine. Um, I think it's gonna end up being like a free to play game if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't actually know, but probably.
I thought I heard somewhere it was, but anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And then obviously you and I have both been playing some more Saints Row 3, which we should continue again tomorrow, I
We
believe.
will. We will be continuing tomorrow
Yeah, well, we'll continue more this
because
week.
I got all that moving shit out of the way. That is done. So I got nothing to do but play video games. Video games.
Yeah, so we'll
So make
continue
sure
more
to
Saints Row 3
come by
this
Daniel's
week.
stream for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come check it out. We'll be doing the co-op run of that, continuing it. Um, Obviously, I've been watching the last, few episodes of Loki and the Bad Batch. That's, as usual per, every week for the past however long those two shows have been out for. Every Saturday, I do a Clone Wars group watch with some people that have never seen it. That's always fun. Then I watched a few movies that I hadn't seen. I watched the Demon Slayer movie, which I thought was great. The train one, uh, really, really good. Uh, I can see why Japan was losing their shit over that movie because it is really good. If you watch the Demon Slayer anime and you haven't seen this, I definitely recommend to do so. It was on Funimation, so definitely check that out or go to the theater and watch it, or whatever works for you. But really, really good. Definitely give that a shot. It was fantastic. Um, I watched Death Proof, the Tarantino movie from 2007. Um, what a bizarre movie that was. I'd never seen it. It was
I
I
still
will
haven't
say
seen it.
though,
I
Kurt
should have joined
Russell's
you.
great. Kurt Russell's great in that movie, but it's a weird movie, man. I was just like, what is going on right now? But I mean, I did not like it, but I was just like, this is just strange, man. But no, yeah, it was. I'd never seen it, so it was my first time watching it. It was quite the experience. And then yesterday, like last night, a few of us group watched America the Motion Picture, which let me tell you, if you want an accurate representation of American history, go watch America the Motion Picture because it is what a time. What a fun, silly, stupid, goofy movie that was, man. I recommend watching it at least once because it is great. I had a fun time watching it, dude. Like it was just seeing all the references and shit that they like pulled out was amazing. Just go watch it. It's pretty
Yeah, I
good.
need to check that out. I haven't seen it.
And then lastly, uh yeah, lastly, I've been auditioning for more voice acting stuff, so been trying to, do a little bit more of that. But sometimes when you try to look for things, there isn't anything that like either I'm not too interested in or like, you know, oh, these here are these slots and they're all filled up already. So I'm like, okay, well, let's find something else, right? But no, it's been fun. I even had somebody like reach out to me that I didn't even contact. Or I don't even know. I still don't know what the project is because they like contacted me, and they're like, "Yo, please voice act for my so and so thing." And I'm like, "Oh," then they're like, "Oh, I'll pay you, I promise." And I'm like, I mean, like, give me a link and I'll check it out. Like, I don't, I don't, I still haven't received, I still haven't heard anything back from this person, but like, but yeah, it's been fun, like, doing auditioning for things and whatnot. I just enjoy it, I just enjoy doing voiceover stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. So
Hell yeah.
that's pretty much what I've been up to the past 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been
All right.
good though. Been good stuff.
All right. So I've been up to a lot of the same things that Daniel has. I've been playing Red Dead. We've been doing Saints Row, obviously. Um, we've been playing some Predator Hunting Grounds, or we were. We've kind of moved on to Red Dead again. Um, Sea of Thieves, I tried for the very first time. I enjoy it with friends. I don't know if I'd enjoy playing solo, but I enjoy playing with friends. Um, Loki, I'm enjoying Loki quite a bit. Out of all the shows so far, I'm liking Loki pretty close to the top. I'd put it. I enjoyed all of them, obviously, but like I'm really enjoying Loki, and a lot of that just has to do with fucking the character of Loki's just great. Hiddleston's acting in that show is good. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Um, uh, I played some more Wildermyth, but I think there was like a couple weeks. That was like that week we missed. So I did another one of the storylines that's in there. Had a lot of fun with it. Um, but I can tell some things are starting to get a little repetitive, mostly in the combat. But I need to try some of the other stories because I think the game gets harder. But I could definitely tell a little bit of repetition. What makes Wildermyth great is just the randomness of it. Like characters having kids, and then uh, those kids becoming adventurers and joining the party, or maybe one of your characters has this hidden destiny and like becomes a wolf man for some reason, which happened to Daniel. Do you remember I named one of my characters Ronan, and he ended up having a secret destiny and ended up becoming like a what was he? He was like he was like a bear man, or like ended up turning into like a bear man wolf man kind of deal. Like and it was that's what makes that game enjoyable. It's just kind of like the randomness of it. Um, the Steam Summer Sale's happening. I bought quite a few things. I got a gift of some things, but so far I bought the BioShock collection because I'd love to run through those again. Um, I bought the complete edition of Darkest Dungeon. That's all the DLC and stuff. I bought Elix, which is something I've wanted to check out. It's a little bit of an older game and it's got some jank to it, but I was messing around with it. And Winter saw fit to gift me with a copy of the Halo Master Chief Collection. Master Chef. We're gonna Master Chef it up at some point in the
We
future.
gonna cook it up, man. We gonna
Yeah,
cook
we're
some shit.
gonna we're gonna cook it up real good on stream at some point. Um, which will be me roasting that. No, I'm not gonna roast that game. I did think it was funny. I honestly, I thought, Winter, you such a you doing this just because I don't like Halo. But we will be playing that at some point in the future. Uh, maybe a big giant co-op dealio. We'll see. We'll see. No plans exactly yet, but um, that would be pretty dope. I also got Black Wake. Maggie gifted that, I think, to me. Um, because we were playing the Sea of Thieves and we wanted a bigger pirate boat, so that's what we'll get to do there. Um, and I logged into Star Wars: The Old Republic the other day just for like shits and giggles, and I found out that they implemented like a oh, what's it, like a
Like a
game
battle
pass,
pass type thing.
battle pass, that's what they're called. Battle pass type system, whereas you do things, you unlock some items, some mounts, some pets, some gear. um which there is
Yeah.
some SWTOR news I think we'll probably talk about as well. And Final Fantasy 14, I resubbed to Final Fantasy 14. I had subbed to it not too long ago, but ended up getting busy and not getting to play it. I have resubbed and I am playing it. I played this morning when I woke up at like 7 because I passed out real early last night. I was so tired last night I didn't even say goodbye in Discord. I was like a zombie. I'm so sleepy. So I just dipped. I felt kind of bad afterwards, but well, I felt bad after I woke up the next day because when you're half asleep, you don't give a fuck about anything. Um. Uh. So I woke up early and was playing that with the. I'm playing a Lancer, um, dragon like guy with giant horns. He looks like a male tiefling from D&D. Also, I got some things in the mail that we can show off here. Let me pull her off the shelf here. First thing we have is the Dune Adventures in the Imperium role playing game by um Modiphius. I don't know how to say the company name. They're a foreign company. I forget where they're actually from, but somewhere in Europe. uh, so I got that in the mail the other day, along with the collector edition covers. So anybody that knows me, sorry, I'm not facing the microphone, so you guys probably can't hear me talking. For anybody that knows me, knows I'm a giant Dune fan. So I got all three of these special edition covers. You've got House Atreides. You've got House Harkonnen, which I think this one I like the most. And you got House Carino. Anybody that knows Dune knows that all three of these houses are very important in the Dune series, and I can't wait for the new film to come out. And I actually can't wait to dive into this game at some point because I know we're going to. I'm sure I can rope Daniel into it somehow. I always do. Let me put these back on the shelf. And I think that's about all I've been up to the past week. There's something else on the shelf I'm gonna grab when we get to part 2 of today's show, but you'll see it when we get to that. But yeah, that's all I've been up to. Oh, I got some D&D minis. Unfortunately, like 2 of them are broken, so I gotta fix them with some
Oh
glue.
yeah, I did see that on Snapchat. Yeah.
You know, when you're dealing with minis, this is something that happens actually quite often. Is that they'll just get even in when you travel somewhere and you take your minis, they can break pretty easy because they're small and they're delicate and you got to be careful with them. But they're you can
Right.
always glue them back together. It's not a big deal really. So I wasn't upset at all. I was like, I can fix this easy. So I also have to put them on their mounts, their bases, not mounts. I got those off Etsy, and they weren't expensive at all. If they were like giant expensive things, I'd be upset. But they're not giant expensive things. They were really cheap. Because 3D printing has made getting minis super easy, and cheap. You just get them printed for you. Daniel, if you don't have anything else you want to talk
Oh, we're
about, we
good,
can
man.
we can hop into the main dealio here.
Yes,
What do we
sir.
have first? And we'll be searching for news too, because
So
I know I personally haven't been looking the last few days.
the
I've been
first thing
slacking.
that I have is there was a official trailer for Aliens Fire Team Elite, which is a game that I'm looking forward to.
Whoop,
Uh,
there we go.
and this came out a couple weeks ago, but
It's a little bit of an older trailer, but it's still cool.
still, I had it on here for
Yeah.
so we can check it out here on the stream.
And we are playing this with sound, um, because I think we're good on that. I'm looking forward to
Endure a
this.
dangerous universe. Yeah, I am too. I'm really hyped about this. I mean, I love Alien and Aliens in general, and a type of game like this I think is perfect for this universe. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm hyped. The only issue that I think both of us have is that 3
Mm-hmm.
people is just far too low.
Yeah. No, I need at least like 4. And really, I would love more than that, just because we have so many fucking friends nowadays that play games with. Not to humble brag a little bit. We got a lot of gamer friends that we play games with.
We could easily get like a big group.
Yeah.
Well, we can easily get a solid group of people for this. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, look how big our Red Dead groups are, right? Like, sometimes we can't even fit everybody in the posse. Like, it's a little.
No, we can't. Like, it's really crazy. Like you think that having 7 people or 7 slots for people would be enough, but like sometimes it ain't, man.
Oh, it ain't. Like, but yeah, that's Alien Fireteam Elite. When that comes out, August 24th, I think is what that said. So soon?
Yeah, like real soon, like next month soon.
Next month. Pre-order now and receive the Hard Marine pack. Oh, there's a chest buster emote. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I know we'll be checking that out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all about those kind of games, and again, especially when you have uh a good universe like Alien and Aliens, like Aliens universe, and with that kind of stuff, I think it blends in well. Uh, blends in very well together, like the combination of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So
All
yeah,
right,
I'm
what do we
I'm I'm
got
looking forward to
next?
that.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Ghost of Tsushima director's cut, which
Yes.
was confirmed. It was originally leaked that they were going to be doing a standalone,
To master your blade,
like,
you must
game or
first
expansion or something, for Tsushima. It
Yes.
was officially confirmed. They're doing a director's cut. There's a trailer for it, which we're watching now,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, it was confirmed for the PS5, and for PS4 too, right? Or is it just PS5?
Yes. Yes, it is both.
Okay,
PS5 gets some better features because obviously it's better tech.
right.
Um, I know that I'll be playing this. I know you're gonna be playing this. Uh, because
Oh,
we
I mean,
love Tsushima.
Tsushima
It's
is
so
one of my
good.
favorite games of all time, dude. Like legit. Like I'm not even joking when I say that. Like it's one of my favorite games ever. It only came out last year, but to me, it's a modern classic. And again, it was both of our game of the years last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we both agree that was the game. Fantastic!
Fuck.
I fucking love this game, dude. Like,
I do too. And I can't wait to see where this franchise goes. Look, use armor. Um. Uh. This is
yeah,
gonna be
the horse armor is cool, man.
no. It looks so fucking dope. Uh. So this will be next month as well, I guess. 8/20. So August 20th. Um. Are you gonna get this or are you gonna wait for the PS5? You're gonna get this, right?
Um, I want like I already so when I originally got the first game, I got the whatever version had the steelbook, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
own the steelbook of Ghost of Tsushima. So I want to, but I don't know. I gotta like actually like read a little bit more of the details about like the differences and stuff because yeah, like I said, like I already own like if I could just get like the expansion and all that stuff, then I'll probably just end up doing that. To be
I
honest,
think you can. From my understanding, is that you can get the little expansion part if that's all you need. I think that works for both PS4 and PS5. Although I think the PS5 you got to pay like an extra $10 if you get the PS5 little upgrade version of it.
which is fine, to be
Hmm.
honest.
I think that's what that is.
Hmm.
Um, I would love to have a PS5 and do the little upgrade, but man, it's hard to get one right now. Um,
Yeah, I still don't have a PS5 either, so
I was on GameStop the other day. They were doing a bundle thing, and I had one in the cart, and I could have got it, but it was like I didn't want to spend $800 on a bundle. It's like, man, that's a lot of money. I don't want, and it's for all this stuff that like I'm not sure I need. Like if I could just get like the console and like upgrade a few of like Tsushima, right? Like there's nothing really that's like I need this PS5 now, other than like I'd like to play the upgraded version of Tsushima and see how that controller is. Like, but I'm not gonna spend $800 to do that. Do that, you know? Like,
yeah, the
uh,
controller, the DualSense controller seems like it's pretty cool.
um.
But
So if
yeah, I
I
mean,
could somehow
I
swing
kind of
just a
agree with
basic
that.
console up.
There isn't really like I love to play Miles Morales because I played
Mm-hmm.
the first Spider-Man game, but like yeah, I mean there isn't really anything that I'm like, oh, I need a PS5 right now.
Here's
Like
the
eventually
things.
I'm gonna want one, but
If I were gonna have a PS5 right now, here's what I would be doing. The only thing I'd be doing is the Ghost of Tsushima director's cut little upgrade, and like the Spider-Man upgrade and like the God of War upgrade, all that shit that works on PS5. That would be it. There's nothing like other than Miles, right? And that's because I'd be playing Spider-Man.
yeah.
Um, there's really nothing that's grabbing me Well then, because we're in this current generation that's new, and so there's not a lot out there yet. That's happens every time.
Fresh gen, yeah.
So happens every time they do a new gen. It's not a big
Although I
deal.
will say, now that I remembered, Returnal seems like it was pretty good from what I heard people say.
Yeah, I think it got good reviews. I know streamers spoke pretty highly of it.
To be honest, I forgot
I
that
know.
game was out, but then I
Yeah,
remembered. So there
I
you
know
go.
you were pretty interested in it.
Yeah, that's probably something that I'll want to check out as well whenever I get a PS5.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point is there isn't like a huge amount of games that for the PS that are like PS5 exclusives. So you're like, man, I really need a PS5 for that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All
Ghost of
right.
Tsushima, we love the game. We're excited for this expansion. Definitely can't wait to play. I also want to play more of the online stuff because I haven't in a long time, and I really enjoyed it when I did. So, and it was something that we had asked for, like we wanted, like back when they hadn't added it yet, and it was like such a good thing for them to do when they did. I was very happy with that.
Um.
Next
Yeah,
up,
I'm super
we
excited
have
for Moto Ghost of Tsushima stuff.
so
Yes.
recently in the news, there's been a lot of GTA 6 talk, and while none of it is like actual news, I think it's still interesting if maybe we brought it up just to talk
Yeah.
about a little bit because we had an episode like forever ago where we kind of like talked about like GTA 6 and what we would like for it to be and all that stuff. So there's been a lot of reports and well, more like rumors probably, but uh that it obviously it won't be releasing this year. Uh and it'll probably be like several years before it even, like think of like 2025 probably by the time we get a GTA 6, right? Because especially I mean if they haven't even started like super working on it yet, then yeah, I mean it's gonna take a while. But yeah, the this is all like based off like a Take Two's like financial results or whatever.
Yeah.
That they plan to release many games this year, but none of them obviously are GTA 6. Um, like WWE 2K and NBA 2K are ones that are usually always out every year for them, so that's something that they do. And uh, so some of the reports and rumors for GTA 6 are like which is something that I like if they were true, is that they're going back to Vice City, but it'll be more like a
Yes.
modern day Vice City.
I
And
miss Vice
like
City.
yeah, it would be great because I mean we haven't had Vice City since Vice City, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I'm all for it. I'm all about it. Again, there isn't really like any real news, but it's just like rumors and reports and about all this and
A
yeah,
lot
like
of speculation. Yeah.
really, yeah, like it's kind of surprising like how much GTA 6 has been in the news lately for there to be no real news about it.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's yeah. I
Rockstar
mean,
is a company that makes me scratch my head because they almost never talk. Like they almost never talk about anything that they're working
it's
on
true.
or
Yeah.
doing. Right. Like it's like, and then out of nowhere you'll get a trailer for something. Like I remember when Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced. Bro, I can't tell you how hype I was. I know you were fucking hyped too. Like, cause we love Red Dead Redemption. Um,
Mhm.
so what makes me curious is like if all speculation, if this is what's going on, like what is Rockstar up to in the meantime of starting to build the next GTA? You know what I
Well,
mean?
I was
Like,
looking at I'm looking at something else, another article here, and it says that GTA 6 is still in. So they are in development, but they're in early development for GTA
Mhm.
6, and that obviously again it may not release till 2025. And then there's the leak that claims it'll have an evolving world like Fortnite. Um. So, Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier uh recently corroborated a leaker's video, which there's a video on YouTube. Uh, which you can probably find if you look it up. I mean, uh, from this guy called Tom Henderson, detailing rumors and predictions and stuff, and he says he claims that the game will take place in a modern setting that includes Vice City in some capacity, with the map changing over time in the same vein as Fortnite's regular makeovers. Uh, and that GTA 6 will continue with multiple playable characters, including a female protagonist who will take on a hacker role. And yeah, his prediction for the release date is like 2024 or 2025. And that let's see. And that the reason why the game is still so far away is because of crunch culture, apparently.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So, yeah.
If this all turns out to be true, I'm dope. I think it's dope to go back to Vice City. I hope
Yeah,
we
I'm
get to
all
see.
about it.
I hope we get to see Tommy again. You know, I loved Vice City. That was my first experience really
That'd
with
be cool to see
GTA.
like an older Tommy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to see like I remember when like GTA 5 was coming out. Like I wanted to see a fucking older CJ in that. Like it'd be cool, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah,
We'll see. We'll
but
see.
yeah,
We'll see in like 4 years, I guess. 4 or 5 years.
yeah, like 3 to 4 years, hopefully.
uh,
But yeah, basically, Jason Schreier was he basically was like, yo, everything that this guy has been saying on his video is kind of what I've been hearing too. So
mm.
yeah, so
Rockstar
yeah,
needs to stop being so tight-lipped all the damn time. I want
yeah. I
infos.
mean, I'm for it if that's what they're wanting to do. I'd love to go back to Vice City. A modern day Vice City would be interesting as hell.
Mhm.
So yeah, that'd be cool. Again, this is all just rumors and reports and this and that and hearsay and all that
What
stuff.
do they mean by evolving world like Fortnite? Like I don't know shit about Fortnite. I don't even know what that means. Does it go into does it explain that at anywhere in these articles about what that means? Like I have no clue what that actually means.
So I mean I just get I guess I just Fortnite has like they do like a seasons type of thing, right? Where they
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
change up the map every once in a while or whatever. I guess that's what that means. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, if anybody knows Fortnite and has any fucking clue, let us know. Cause like it's easy to be like, it'll include a Fortnite like evolving map. I have no idea what that means, like at all. So, um, I'm also kind of curious, with GTA RP kind of becoming a big thing, and this is all still early, obviously, but like I wonder if Rockstar would make that something that's easier to do. Like, would they feed into that? Because I mean, I wonder how many copies that GTA sold just based off the GTA RP stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I think if it was me at Rockstar, I'd be like, I want to cater to those fans a little bit, to get them to do some GTA RP stuff with the next GTA.
Shit, you know who
Mm.
Rockstar needs to cater to? The Red Dead fans, bro.
Yes,
Give us
bro.
some more shit to do on the Red Dead Online, man. Come on,
Right?
Rockstar.
Yeah,
Give us the RP. Give us a big update for online, because let me tell you, the online is overdue a big update. All right,
it is. It
like
is. It
like
absolutely is.
you guys keep updating fucking GTA 5 or GTA Online, but Red Dead Online is sitting here
Come on, man. Give
starving.
me. I know you love those shark cards, Rockstar. Give us Buffalo cards, okay? Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna buy
Buffalo.
them, but if that'll make you update the game and give us some cool shit to do, do the Buffalo cards, all right? Crocodile cards, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. I just want more stuff to do in Red Dead.
Yeah, man, I would love to have more things to do in Red Dead.
All right. What else
All
do
right,
we
moving
have?
on from Rockstar and GTA and Red Dead and all that. I'm gonna get here's the you know, I had this list here for a couple weeks ago before the month started, but you know, the July PlayStation Plus games of the month are, first of all, for the PS5 we have A Plague Tale: Innocence, great game by the way. If you guys haven't played it, definitely pick that up if you have a PS5. PS4 we have Call of Duty Black Ops 4, WWE 2K Battlegrounds, and Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the best one here is Plague Tale. If you have a PS5, so if you have a PS5, it's a good month for you. Otherwise, I mean, PS4 games are not that great in my opinion. But hey, free games, I guess. Again, that's your July PS Plus games of the month. But sticking with Sony, and I mentioned Returnal earlier when we were talking about PS5, but Sony has acquired House Marquee, the developer of Returnal.
Yeah.
So House Marquee has become an official PlayStation studio. Um, Sony announced that House Marquee had officially become an in-house studio, and they by putting out. Well, let me just read a little quote from Jim Ryan here. House Marquee has flexed its creative palette on a wide range of PlayStation games over the years that have continually showcased the power of our hardware, said Jim Ryan. The addition of House Marquee to the PlayStation Studios reiterates our commitment to elevating the best development teams in the industry and delivering new experiences that can only be found on the PlayStation platform. The relationship between these two dates back to Super Stardust HD on the PS3. House Marquee also has Resogun and Nex Machina, but in 2017, the studio announced that their days of developing arcade-style games was over because of lackluster sales. But yeah, their most recent game was Returnal, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the PlayStation blog, House Marquee's co-founder and managing director, Ilari Kutinen, discussed the move to become a PlayStation studio. And he wrote, "We are so excited to finally join the PlayStation Studios family. This gives our studio a clear future and stable opportunity to continue delivering on the gameplay-centric approaches while still experimenting with new methods of narrative delivery and pushing the boundaries of this modern art form. Locally here in Helsinki, this also means that we will officially expand the PlayStation family to a growing industry hub and secure the legacy of the oldest game studio in Finland. Finally, what this means for our fans, we at House Marquee are gamers and have grown from the need to perfect and tinker with facets of games that we have found the most fascinating. We are also not only for shying away from running our own course and trying new combinations. With the backing of SIE and its family of studios supporting us, we can truly grow into our place in the industry and show what House Marquee can create with no limitations. We can't wait to show everyone what will be in store in the upcoming years, and we hope to usher in more lasting memories and exhilarating titles for the next quarter century and beyond."
Hell yeah, that's a smart move by Sony,
Sony, yeah.
because the fucking Xbox is fucking grabbing everybody they can.
Yeah, dude,
You better
like
start grabbing some shit, or you go to not be nothing
for
left to
real, because
grab.
Xbox has a lot in the works right now.
Uh huh.
Like
And
they
it
have
makes
nothing
sense to
right
grab
now,
that.
but they will have stuff in the next few years, and yeah, man.
Like we had a discussion, and I kind of wish you'd been on the podcast. We were sitting in Discord with our friend Winter and Curry, and we were just talking about how like we kind of feel like Xbox is a little bit of a sleeping giant right now. They've acquired all these companies that are the great companies that are going to be making uh, great games, obviously with Xbox backing, and Xbox is doing everything right with the Game Pass, right? Like it's a little nutty almost. Um, about what we'll be seeing in the next few years from Xbox. Uh, so Sony better be grabbing some companies, and start planning ahead a little bit, like Xbox seems to be doing right now. It was an awesome discussion, and I kind of wish it had been on the podcast just because it was an awesome discussion, and I felt like it was worth sharing. But yeah, man, this is a smart move because they did do Returnal, had good reviews. Um, grab them up, don't let nobody else have them, and keep churning out those games, man.
Yep. All right. Moving on. So we kind of reported something about this. I forget, like a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
we
but
mentioned it.
the
It
Dead
was all
Space
rumors
reboot
then.
is actually a remake. Yeah, this is the report. So there was something going on over at EA Motive, which we talked about previously. Uh, they were claiming they were doing a Dead Space revival, uh, and it's apparently a remake um, of Dead Space. Um, so this is a report by GamesBeat, by the way. Instead of making Dead Space 4, EA is planning on a reboot of the series with a full-fledged remake. Um,
So they're kind of doing like the Resident Evil 2 deal, right? Like
yeah.
a little bit.
So this kind of backs up two earlier reports from Eurogamer and Gematsu, claiming some sort of Dead Space revival was in the works, and that EA Motive would be leading it. The last thing they did obviously was Star Wars Squadrons last year, and that they would not, be updating that online multiplayer game to a live service, but instead moving on to other stuff that wasn't Star Wars related. So yeah, the last Dead Space game came out in 2013. It was Dead Space 3. It sold all right, but not enough to please the executives over at EA. So instead of making Dead Space 4, they were put on other projects like Battlefield Hardline, and then in 2017, EA shut down Visceral uh, altogether. But yeah, over the years, people have obviously wanted more Dead Space, and yeah, here we're getting apparently we're getting a remake. So I mean, I've
Yeah.
never played any of these games. Have you ever played any of the Dead Space
I
games?
played a little bit of the first one during a Halloween where I was streaming stuff, and like, all right, I get scared. All right, there's a clip of me out there getting scared of this game on the elevator. I think it's played on your channel, Daniel, when you shout me out for. Um, that's Dead Space 1, and I end up getting scared, and then I never come back to the game because I'm fucking scared of it almost. But I'm curious to see this remake, how it turns out. I'm curious if the rumors, which it seems to be almost 100% confirmed at this point, right? Like are true.
I mean, it seems that way. Yeah, there's a lot of uh, reports and whatnot
How
claiming that
bad would it be if
it's
there's all
happening.
this hype about Dead Space and it just wasn't there? It turns out it was something else the entire. That would be
I
so.
mean, we have EA Play in like 2.5 weeks, so we'll see what they end up doing if or announcing or if
If
anything.
if it wasn't there after all this hype, I'd fucking be making it. um. So yeah. It's probably is what it is though, and I am curious to see what they have. I hope there's some other surprises at the EA Play too, because
Yeah,
we got news that like there's gonna be no Mass Effect there,
no Mass
which
Effect,
makes sense. No
no
Dragon
Dragon Age.
Age.
Which I mean, to be honest, it makes a whole lot of sense to me that that's not going to be happening. I don't know
Yeah,
why people
yeah.
are so. I honestly don't know why people are so disappointed that they're not going to be there. So mad, like what do you want them to show? Like concept art or like? Don't get me wrong. I personally like seeing concept art. But like, if you're gonna go on a stage, on EA Play or whatever, and that's all you're gonna show, like the people who are like waiting for the clamoring, proclaiming that they're not gonna watch EA Play
Yeah,
unless
it's
you
too
know
early. It's too
you
early
show
for
these two
Mass
things. It's
Effect.
like, come on, man. Like, what do you want them to bring up? Like, you want them to pull an Overwatch 2 and they're like, oh, here are 2 skins. We're working
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
game. Like, what do you want them to show? Like, they don't have anything to show yet.
And
Like,
there's
come
nothing
on.
ready to show. Let them work on it. They're dealing with COVID, man. Here's the other thing. We talked about this months ago when EA went into BioWare and the whole Anthem update. They had discussions about the Dragon Age, and how they didn't want it to be like a live service thing. So I imagine that
Yeah.
there had already probably been some work done on that live service stuff that BioWare has probably had to yank out of that son of a bitch,
Yeah.
and probably slowed game development down on it. That's just me speculating, but
Yeah. I mean, you're
um,
probably right. Yeah.
uh, there were people at Bioware that were kind of bummed out that they weren't doing the live service thing, which I think you're nuts. I don't know why you would want that, because all of your fans seem to fucking hate it. Um, uh, but yeah, I wasn't surprised about it. The only thing I wanted was, like, I hope they had good numbers from the Mass Effect remasters, and I hoped there was a Dragon Age remaster announced. That was
I
kind of
would.
the only thing I wanted, because I
I
know
would
you want to
love
play
that.
it, and I'd love to go
As
back to
somebody
it.
like I like here's the thing. I have all 3 of the Dragon Age games, Origins, 2, and Inquisition. But like, I'm like waiting. Like, should I play these or should I just wait until when and if they do a remaster like they did for Mass Effect? Because the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect was fantastic. I thought it was great. Um, it was fun experiencing the games for the first time ever that way. I only really had one thing that I thought was stupid as hell, which was at one point during the 3rd game, my character's eyes were bugging out. That's the only thing where I'm like, well, that's not right. But other than that, I had like 0 problems with that game, with the Legendary Edition. So, oh yeah, I would love for them to do Dragon Age remaster or remake or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I want to play those games, but I'm kind of waiting. Like, should I play them now or wait until if they do something?
At
So I
this
don't
point,
know.
I'd
I'm
wait
kind of.
after this. I think, honest to God, I'd bet money on it that they're gonna remaster those games after the fucking Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'd
I would love it. I'd
I
be
would
all
be
about it.
shocked if they didn't. Small thing here. It's not in the news, but um, it does involve Bioware, which there's a dev that used to work there. He's retired now, named Mark Dara, who has a YouTube channel called Old Game Dev Advice. I'm just gonna shout that out real quick. But he did a video on Jade Empire, um, where he was talking about the development of Jade Empire, why there was no Jade Empire 2, which and some of just like the little secrets for. So here's something that I didn't know about Jade Empire. I just found this fucking interesting. I know you've never played it, but and you might eventually one day. Um,
Yeah, I want to for sure.
he
Another
was
one that I want to
saying
play.
in this video, which is a great video. It's about 30 minutes long. Highly recommend anybody go check it out. Give him the view and thumbs up and all that. He talks about how the game Jade Empire, they could do a lot of things under the hood that you didn't realize that they were doing. And one of the things that would happen is that the game would eventually, on Xbox, because it was originally on Xbox exclusive, would run out of memory and like the console would crash. So the way they fixed that is occasionally Jade Empire would load a level, save the game, and restart your Xbox without you fucking knowing it, and and load the save up that it just made, and you would never knew it because it just like
Wow.
it kept the screen on there, and I just thought that was like insane to me that they built the game like that. Um,
Yeah.
but he said what happened was like it would just make horrible loading times. So the Jade Empire on the original Xbox had terrible loading times. Um, and the reason we never got a Jade Empire 2 is like they were working on it, but they had too many other things going on. They had Dragon Age happening. They had Mass Effect happening. They had too many fingers and too many pies. And unfortunately, Jade Empire got suffered the Jade Empire 2 suffered from getting never getting a sequel because it was just they were doing too many of those other things. And I was like, imagine you working at BioWare, right? And you're working on these three massive franchises of Mass Effect and Dragon Age and Jade Empire. All of them have rabid fan bases, and you have to kill one. Oof. That's so insane to me. That's so
I
insane because
mean,
I loved all three of those games.
you know what they should have done? Instead of making Anthem, they should have just done Jade Empire 2, like
Right?
fucking Anthem, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
It's a
Anyway, yeah, that's all that is pretty crazy. I mean, maybe someday, man. Maybe someday. But
maybe one day. Highly recommend
yeah,
checking out that YouTube channel and watching that video, guys.
um so we were talking about earlier about Star Wars: The Old Republic,
Yes.
and how their next expansion is going to be changing a lot of things. So this year, uh, will be the 10th anniversary of Star Wars: The Old Republic. Uh, and they're adding a new expansion, uh, to the MMO.
Mm-hmm.
On Thursday, which is this past Thursday, BioWare announced a new expansion called Legacy of the Sith, which comes with a ton of story and mechanical upgrades to the game. Players get to hunt down the renegade Sith Darth Malgus on the aquatic planet of Manan. Malgus
Yeah.
has been a threat in the game since the very beginning. Back all the way back since 2011. Jesus, I can't even talk. And then obviously, since then they've had new factions like the Eternal Empire. In addition to the Republic and the Sith. But yeah, now we're going back to Empire versus Republic, and we're going to Manan, which is a planet from the original KOTOR game. That I thought I think is really cool. Anytime we go to Manan or
Mm-hmm.
see the Cellcath and stuff. So, Legacy of the Sith will raise the level cap up by 5, up to 80, and will introduce a new flashpoint and operations for players to tackle together. In addition, players can expect some big improvements from day-to-day playstyle. The character customization, class design, and itemization is all being streamlined and improved. And the most interesting addition is the combat styles, which means independently choosing a specific class story and combining it with ability sets from other related tech or force wielding classes. So basically, it's about picking one class, or it's less about picking one class and being restrained to specific abilities, and more about what's going on with a tech or a force character, then mixing and matching components to build a playing style that you enjoy and have fun playing. So it'll kick off towards the end of the year, holiday season. Once it's the actual 10th anniversary of the game, later this year, and then it'll run through 2022. So
I'm actually pretty goddamn excited about this. I'll be honest with you.
me too. I'll be
The
like, I love Tor, dude. I love the Old Republic. So
yeah,
I can't wait,
the
dude.
combat
I'm looking
styles is
forward to
cool. They talked about being like a bounty hunter, right? And like bounty hunters were restricted to kind of pistols before, but now they can use rifles
it.
and shit. So you could
Which,
literally be
like,
the Mandalorian.
yeah, like it makes total sense. Like why, like it was. I always found that weird that they kind of like restricted weapons to like certain classes and stuff. I was like, that seems a little odd. But I'm glad that they're changing that up finally. Like
Yeah,
it
and they
makes
talked about being like Jedi that fall to the dark side will be able to use like force lightning and shit. They've talked
yeah,
about like that shit that's Star Wars. That's how it
it
should
is.
be. Like you could like your trooper could be Rex now, run around with two pistols if you want. Like
Hell yeah,
shit
dude.
is like I'm pretty excited
I'm very
about
excited. Yeah,
this. Yeah.
I'm also super intrigued by their updated character creation thing. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want to know. I want to see what that. I watched some of the stream that they had. Like I was like skimming through it because it was a long video. Like it was like really really long.
Yeah.
So I was like skimming through it, and like they also put out a code for something for free. I don't know if you got that, Josh,
I
but
did.
I
I
definitely.
entered the code. It's for a decoration, I believe, for your stronghold.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Um
I definitely picked that up. But yeah, I'm excited to see like the just the little improvements to like modernize the game a little bit more, right? Like it
Hmm.
makes total sense. I'm glad they're finally doing it. I mean, honestly, they probably should have done it a while back, but I'm glad they're finally doing it. And I can't wait to get back and play, dude. Because I mean, I love the Republic. Like, obviously, KOTOR is where it's at, but like, we don't have another one, so the MMO is where
That's what we got.
what's gonna have to do. Yeah, it's what we got, and I mean, like I say that, but like I have fun playing it. Like
I do too. I enjoy it when we play.
it's a fun time, especially when you're all playing with friends and you're all making new characters and stuff. And like I'm sure we'll do that again at some point or not at some point, but whenever this new update drops,
I
we'll
have
probably
like
hop into it
six. I
again
have
and
like
like play
6
it.
Jedi Knights, like just because we play them all the time.
Yeah,
Uh,
it'll be fun, man. I'll definitely shit. I may even stream another storyline on
yeah.
stream because I did the Imperial Agent a couple years back and it was fun, man.
To to segue to a little bit of an opinion piece is like when I was looking on Reddit games,
Hmm.
but this was before the SWTOR announcement was made, and people were kind of speculating in there like, what announcement is it? Are they shutting the game down finally? And I was like, bro, what the fuck? Why would
Hmm.
you even say that? I was like, because they don't realize, the average person doesn't realize the Old Republic makes a fuckload of money, and as long as they make a fuckload of money, Disney is gonna let them keep doing shit with the Old Republic. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
uh, so I think I think the average person really underestimates the amount of fun that people have with the Old Republic. Um, I did think I thought after they announced that expansion and these changes, I remember thinking back to that comment and being like, man, if I was the guy that said that, I'd feel like a real fucking fool right now. So I'm glad it wasn't me. um, but yeah, like it makes money. I have a good time playing in it. I get my cartel coins, but I don't buy them. Like I just get them from my authenticator. Like yeah, I add it on there every month, and eventually I just buy stuff when I have the coins for it. You know, like
Yeah, I do the same.
and ever since they eased the restrictions, like there used to be really bad restrictions between free to play players and like preferred players, and they eased all those restrictions back. Real
Yeah,
not
like
nearly as
obviously
bad.
there's still a difference between them, which
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. But yeah, I mean it's definitely not as bad. It's gotten better since I played it too. Like
Yeah.
they
So I
they
think they
they
have a double
definitely.
XP weekend going on right now too, or a week
Oh,
thing
nice.
going on. Um,
Very nice.
till
Very
next week.
nice.
So if you want to dip your toe in the tour,
I
do it
might
right
hop
now.
on one of these days, man.
Yeah, I
I might
might
hop
too.
on.
You know, I'm playing Final Fantasy, but I might hop on for a
I'm
little
playing
tour.
like a million and one games right now. Like because I'll if I have it installed, I'll most likely play it. So
To
and
tour
and I and
tour
I
group
never
stream. Let's go.
uninstalled. Dude,
We'll switch out.
shit, I'm down.
We'll
Fucking
switch out one of our Saints Row days for a tour day. I'm
shit.
down for that shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man. Fuck, I love me some. You guys know I love Star Wars, and the Old Republic is fun, so
Yeah, it
I'm all
absolutely is a
about it.
blast.
I have a few character storylines that I need to finish as well. So
I need to do the consular one. Like it's the least interesting one. So like every time I start it, I'm like, but
maybe you should just wait till the new expansion and then like just redo it all over again.
yeah, maybe.
But anyway, yeah, Old Republic, we're pretty hyped for that
Yeah,
for
we're
sure.
into that shit. We'll be playing it. Keep an eye out for our streams of that. Cause
Absolutely.
all right.
Um, you got anything else for the gaming
There's a
news?
few things out there. Um, Todd Howard has said it's good to think of Elder Scrolls 6 as still in a design phase. So kind of like that GTA thing, we ain't gonna see Elder Scrolls 6 for a long fucking time.
Mhm.
Um, even though they announced it in like 2018. So if it's still in the design phase, that's woo. I imagine they have like a skeleton crew just working on it right now because everybody's kind of focused on Starfield. And then once
Yeah.
Starfield is out, they'll throw everybody into Elder Scrolls, I imagine. But nothing like I don't think any of that's super surprising at all. And I think it's funny that he said something about it. The other thing is NetherRealm, which is the guys that make Mortal Kombat. uh, has put out a statement that says they're focusing on their next project, and after more than 2 years of supporting Mortal Kombat 11, the DLC for the game, including characters, and it has come to an end. So they supported Mortal Kombat, the newest Mortal Kombat, for 2 years with new characters. I think there was like a story DLC that came out that was with it. So they're kind of focused on their next deal, and people are speculating: is it going to be like a because they've done those DC like those crossover fighting games like with Batman and stuff,
Like
and people were like, maybe they're doing a DC versus Marvel fighting game, and I'm like, what? Why would you even say that? I don't even know if that's possible. Could they work out a deal and do that? That'd be cool if they could. You know,
that'd be bonkers, dude. I mean,
I
I don't
don't
even
know
know the
either.
last time Marvel and DC collaborated on something like that.
I feel like you
they've
could
done
do
like
it. It'd
yeah, I
be
mean
it'd be
it could be
crazy.
done. They
They
just
would be
gotta figure
crazy,
stuff
right?
out.
I
Yeah.
kind of want that to happen. I don't know. I doubt it would happen, but I want it to happen. So I'm putting it out in the universe because we're magic. So if that turns out to be true, I'm just gonna claim all the credit for it. Daniel and I both will.
Hmm.
um, RimWorld. I'm a big fan of RimWorld. They're announcing a new update and an expansion. I think. I don't know if it's a separate deal, but they got uh an expansion called Ideology, um, which has to do like with your characters being able to like have a belief system where you can play as like make your characters in RimWorld as tree worshipping cannibals who carve skulls into every piece of furniture, or blind tunnelers who shun the light, or transhumanists obsessed with perfecting the human form using exotic technology. Just some pretty cool RimWorld news out there. Just want to tap on that real quick. Um, this is like the lightning round of news that we do on occasion. Um, that's not interesting. Oh, the Xbox Cloud, the gaming thing. I messed with this. So if you have Game Pass, the ultimate version of Game Pass, Xbox has been doing their cloud, which is like their streaming dealio, where you could play a game literally in your browser. And I did this on Discord the other night and streamed it. If you have an Xbox controller like I do right here, I play Red Dead with it. The everybody hears me bitch about it because I plug it in with a cord and it keeps getting unplugged and fucking me up. But if you have the ultimate Game Pass version and go to xbox.com/play and plug the controller in, it literally will boot up an Xbox somewhere in the world and stream in a game to you through your browser. And I'm not talking about just old games. I'm talking about fucking the new Gears of War 5 or whatever. The old school Fables. If you're a fan of Fable and wanted to play it on your PC, you can kind of technically now do that in your browser. There's a tiny bit of latency I've noticed with the controller, but it would work for the most part. I think that bears mentioning. I think because this was another thing that we talked about the other night, and the other night was like, man, if they get their cloud gaming up and mix it in with Game Pass, and I want to say it was like almost the next day or two that's kind of what happened. They announced it. It's in its beta phase or alpha phase or whatever they're calling it. It's pretty cool. So if you're have a Game Pass, the ultimate version of the Game Pass, I think is the $15 a month version. Go check that out. You can test it out and play some of those old school games or new school games. Like if you don't have a PC that could run any of that shit before, well, you can do it in your browser now as long as you have a decent internet connection and no data cap. Because I think JP said, because he tested it out on his stream, me JP, tested it out on his stream and he pulled like a bunch of gigabytes of data. So if you have a data cap, then maybe don't do it. I know I do not have a data cap, so. Daniel, remember when we used to play PlanetSide 2 a lot back in the day? Apparently they have a new faction joining the online world of PlanetSide 2. Called the NSO or freelancers or something like that, which is like a fourth population faction. It says here, a freelancer be assigned to the lowest population faction. It's like, oh, interesting. But apparently they're adding a new faction. That's kind of neat. We haven't played PlanetSide 2 in a long time, but we used to have like big game nights where like a lot of
Yeah,
people
it
were
was
playing it.
yeah, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I actually went back and played PlanetSide 2 like by myself. I forget how long ago. Let me check my Steam real quick.
All I know is if we keep adding friends to our repertoire, we're gonna have to get. That's the game we're gonna be playing because.
So May 1st of last year. So May 1st, 2020, I like installed this and booted it up again just to try it out because it'd been like forever since I played it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't have as much fun with it because it was just me, I was just playing. I just tried it out on my own, right? But yeah, I mean, I could, if there's something that looks, or if they make a good update for it, and I could see myself playing it again. Why not?
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Obviously,
So
something's going right for them, or they wouldn't be doing this update.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is an old ass game too, right? Like I'm surprised they're
Yeah.
still like fucking,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, but I remember, yeah, we used to have like game nights of this, like years ago, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's been years at
crazy.
this point,
Like four,
which
4 or 5 years ago, something like that. I don't know.
which
It
makes me
was,
feel
it was
old.
nuts. I mean, dude, that's
Daniel and I have been friends
true.
for a very long time now, which is dope, but
Yeah.
also makes me feel like old as fuck.
Dude, it's been like here, what I'm about to say right now is gonna make both of us feel real old. It's been half a decade now, dude.
Oh,
That's
why?
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it
It's
is.
true though. It's true though, dude. Like,
Oh,
damn.
god damn,
five
it's true.
years at least 5 years. Like it's
Mhm.
been yeah. Yeah, like 5 years, bro. Like that's nuts, man. Half a fucking decade. God damn. Anyway,
Yeah,
enough
blood
of
in, blood out.
enough of that, dude. Let's move
Let's
on.
move on.
Shit.
No more gaming news. Television news. Let's hit it.
All right, TV news. So we have a couple things from the Acolyte, the Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
show. So the Acolyte is set to begin filming in February, uh, in London. So as we all know, Star Wars: The Acolyte is the High Republic series, uh, set to premiere on Disney Plus at some point within the next. I think it's next year or the year after that. But anyway, it's coming here with like within the next couple years. And they're going to use the volume because why would they not, right? I mean, everything should use the volume that they do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The volume over in Pinewood Studios, following the successful use of the technology over here in LA for the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, as well as the Book of Boba Fett. Here's an interesting little bit of info. Peyton Reed, who directed an episode, of The Mandalorian, and who is the Ant-Man director,
Mm-hmm.
is using the volume over at Pinewood to do Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So that's pretty cool. But the casting has begun for the Acolyte. Lucasfilm was looking to cast a young woman of color in the lead role. Both this show and Ahsoka will be the first live-action projects within the Star Wars universe to feature women of color in the main roles. The Acolyte has been described as a female-driven action mystery thriller with martial art elements that will take us into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. And yeah, Leslie Headland is the showrunner of the show, in case people didn't know. Her previous work is Russian Doll on Netflix, amongst other things. But so Leslie Headland was interviewed by the AV Club, where she gave some insightful tidbits of the development of the Acolyte, where she said, "When I was younger, I devoured the films on home video and absolutely loved them. Just a deep connection to the original trilogy. When I was in middle school, I read some novels like Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire and also got into it that way."
Oh yeah.
And she also says, "I have played some Star Wars RPGs, and that's my
Mm.
favorite version of Star Wars. The Star Wars where
Oh.
you get to make up your own Star Wars."
Oh yeah.
So when people are like, "What's your favorite film and what's your favorite piece of media?" I'm like, I just really love the RPGs. To me, that's what Star Wars is being able to walk into a universe and start playing. if you can't do that with the movie, television show, novel, comic book, video game, then I'm not sure I'm not sure
One
you've
of
done what you
us.
need to
One
do
of
as a
us.
creator of
One
the
of
Star Wars
us.
material.
One of us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She says that she has already developed the writer's room for Acolyte, adding that I really wanted to add people that were different than me. I certainly didn't want a room full of people that were disagreeing with me vehemently, ideologically, but artistically. There you go. I can talk. People that kind of had different writing styles or were interested in different things. All that kind of stuff.
Well, hell,
Um,
she sounds awesome.
yeah.
Well, I'm even more excited after hearing all that.
So
I was
yeah, there you go.
excited before.
There's a bit of information for the Acolyte. I mean, yeah, I was already pretty excited for it as well.
That just adds
But
to it.
anyway, it's unknown when the Acolyte will release, but it's an 8-episode series, which is targeted to start filming in February. And then yeah, the show, which means honestly, probably the show will premiere like 2023 at some
Yeah.
point. But yeah, so we have that coming, and then there's another one here that so Leslie Hedden. Here we go. Let's talk about this next thing. So she says that uh the Phantom Menace had a profound effect on her identity and her show that she's doing, which obviously we just talked about, the Acolyte. She was interviewed by The Wrap. And she says that I was actually very intrigued by why George Lucas had started us at that particular point. In reference to the Phantom Menace. So as we know, her show, which is set in the High Republic era, in the final days of the High Republic era, but the High Republic era itself is set 200 years before the events of the Phantom Menace. So speaking about the Phantom Menace, she says, "What I can say is the reason it did appeal to me personally is that I was 18 when the Phantom Menace came out, and I was a very, very big Star Wars fan. I remain a big Star Wars fan, but at that particular time, right after the re-releases and the fact that I was in high school, it kind of just all coincided at a time where I was discovering who I was sexually. I was discovering who I was artistically. I was kind of realizing that what I wanted to do with my life," said Headland. And then this big thing, huge movie cultural event that happened, that was the Phantom Menace. And there were varying reactions to it, and there were certainly a lot of people who had grown up with the original trilogy who were disappointed by it. But I was actually very intrigued by why George Lucas had started us out at that particular point. I kind of wondered, but what happened to lead up to this? That's kind of where my Star Wars fan brain went, and was like, how did we get here? And why are the Jedi like this? When they are in power, why are they acting this way? And how is it that they're not having the reaction you would think they would to Anakin's presence, and what Qui-Gon Jinn is saying about how passionately he feels about training him and bringing him into the fold? It's like even the discovery of Darth Maul is kind of met with this like, interesting kind of feeling. So I just think for me, my brain has always been buzzed around that area and wonder what's going on here, or what has been going on here. And then they also talked to her about what it means, like being the first like queer woman to run a Star Wars series, and the pressure and all that stuff. But I'm not gonna get too into that. If you want, if you guys actually want to go read all that, go read the article from The Wrap. They ended up interviewing her, and it's a pretty there's a lot of information here. It's a pretty lengthy article. But she talks about it, how she's very grateful for it, and and then people are asking her that question, and it's her job to her first job is to do her job and create, show, and produce a show, and then enormous pressure with that no matter what, so on and so forth. But yeah, go read that if you want to. Yeah. Let me see, skim through this. So now that we've read or listened to this little bit of extra information, Josh seems like he's even more excited than he was.
I am.
Let us know if you guys are looking forward to the Acolyte. I know I am. I mean, listen, I love Star Wars, so I was already on board with this from when it was first announced, but it definitely does. It definitely does excite you a little bit more hearing some of this stuff. Like for me personally, I've always been somebody who's like, give me more pre-Phantom Menace stuff. You know what I mean? Like I want to see that. Like I'm sick of like being in the same timeline that we've always been in. You know, like give me new stuff, man. Like let's see it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what it's like. So I'm all about it. Yeah, I definitely can't wait to see what they got cooking for the Acolyte. If that's all with that, we can move on.
Yeah, sure. What's next?
All right, The Boys season 3 has cast Laurie Holden to recur in the show. So Laurie Holden, for those of you who watched The Walking Dead, may remember her. She's also in The Mist. But yeah, in The Walking Dead, she was known as Andrea. And yeah, she will be appearing in season 3 along with Jensen Ackles, as Soldier Boy. Not to be confused with Soldier Boy, but Soldier Boy. Yeah, I don't believe it says who she'll be playing. But yeah, joining Sean Patrick Falnery, Miles Gaston, and Nick Washer as well. So just a little bit more casting news there for The Boys. Actually, do we know when season 3 is supposed to come out? It's got to be
I
sometime
don't
this year,
know.
right?
What's the internet say? What does the Google tell me? The Google tells me unknown.
Oh well,
The speculation
I
that
had,
it's this year.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I know they started filming like early this year, so maybe this year, maybe next year, hopefully this year. But yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
okay. Well, anyway, we have some Halo live action news, and that is that it's parted ways with both its showrunners. So
Oh
I don't know.
God, they must
That's
hate Halo too.
that doesn't bode well for the Halo series, but yeah. So the Halo live action series is parted ways with both its showrunners. The drama, based on the video game franchise, has changed platforms, directors, and now showrunners. There seems to be a lot of problems with this Halo show.
It feels like it's a thing that I've noticed just with video game media trying to expand in different into television
Different,
and movies.
yeah.
There always seems to be some turmoil about it, and I have no fucking clue why. Um, but yeah, this one has
Yeah,
been plagued by it, right? Like there's a lot of shit
yeah,
been
it
going wrong
has.
with this.
I'm very curious to see if we ever get to find out the behind the scenes about what the fuck is going on with this show, man.
One day somebody's gonna write a book. It's gonna have all this shit in it.
So the adaptation of this video game Halo has been in the works since 2014. And it will part ways with Stephen Kane, the second of its former showrunners, when production of the series in Budapest wraps up in a few weeks. Uh, should the pricey drama starring Pablo Schreiber be renewed for a second season, the search for a new showrunner would begin. Kyle Killen, who was the original showrunner, departed in 2019, months after he asked that the Microsoft 343 Industries, Amblin Television, and CBS Studios produced show to hire a second showrunner to oversee production in Budapest so that he could focus on stateside efforts, including scripts and editing. Kane, the last ship and from the last ship and the closer, was hired in March 2019 and has been on ground overseeing filming in Budapest for the past few years. Kane will exit Halo after he wraps production.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's been plagued since 2014. Showtime's David Nevins called Halo their most ambitious series ever. And by December of that same year, Otto Bathurst had taken over as directing duties 2 months after Wyatt departed, and the show's 10-episode order shrank to 9. 3 months later, in March 2019, Kane joined Killen as co-showrunner. Killen was expected to be on set, though not full-time, and left some months later. Pablo Schreiber was tapped to star as the iconic character Master's Chief. And in April 2019, which was rounding out its cast by August, and then production would start shortly after. And yeah, then Halo was first announced as a Showtime series, with the whole, CBS All Access was rebranded as Paramount Plus when that whole thing happened. Then Halo was moved from Showtime to Paramount Plus in February. So the series remains on track for a 2022 premiere on the streaming platform of Paramount Plus. So yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on, man. It's pretty nuts. Again, I would be very curious to see what the behind the scenes stuff with that is, because damn.
I'm curious to see what the finished project looks like, because it seems like this thing has had a lot of issues. So, and I don't look, as for all the crap I give Halo, there are people that love Halo, and I don't want their like franchise that they love to get like shit on, right? Like by something that that doesn't live up to like the name Halo. Like,
Yeah.
even I acknowledge that for all my pooping on it and fucking with it, like messing. A lot of it's just messing around. It's like I don't mean a lot of it, but I know what it's like to love a franchise and want it to be good and do well. Um, so I hope, even though this thing's had turmoil, I hope this is. I hope it turns out to be good. I really, for those fans of the franchise.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'll probably check the show out when it comes, because I'm not a Halo guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Alrighty then. We got some Last of Us casting news. Nico Parker has joined Pedro Pascal in the series of The Last of Us. Nico Parker will be playing Joel's daughter in the game, or from the game to the show. So Nico Parker will be playing Joel's daughter, and obviously Joel is played by Pedro Pascal. But I remember seeing a picture like very recently, like within the past several days or the past week or something.
Yeah, I saw
that
it.
they are they're like together and like beginning or about to start like filming or whatever, if they're not already.
See if I can find it really quick. I got Twitter open. It's probably right here.
It was like on Instagram or something, I think was where I saw it. But yeah. So that's cool that they're doing that.
I swear I saw it here. Not a big deal. Oh, here it is. That's it. That is not it. I thought I found it, but that is not it. Anyway, we can. It's not a big deal.
I mean, if you can't find it, it's fine. We can always.
Yeah, I can't find it.
All right, it's all good. So the next thing we have is Masters of the Universe Revelation Part 1 official trailer. This only came out several days ago, like Friday, I believe.
I've watched this. I believe you've watched this.
So, yeah, I watched it for sure.
Magic gave birth to Eternia.
Let's check this out here.
But now the magic is gone.
We got this playing. We got our He-Mans.
Yeah, we got our voiceover from Lena Headey.
And as goes Eternia, so goes the entire universe.
No magic in Eternia.
Away from magic. Now you want me to save magic?
This comes out at the end of this, well, on the 23rd. So we got like a little less than 3 weeks left before this comes out. I'll definitely be checking this out, and I'll be letting you guys know what I think.
I will be as well.
On the podcast as well.
This fucking music's great.
I mean, it continues to look good. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this.
Divided.
Whether you serve Grayskull or Snake Mountain,
The Sword of Power.
we all gotta work together now.
It was divided. The Castle Grayskull, man, looks great. Snake Mountain looks cool too, though. I mean, everything looks cool. Like,
Follows you home.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks fantastic,
Well,
man.
that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Hey, man. Uh-oh, he's fighting Tila. Something's going. Troubles are brewing in the Eternius. Yeah, it looks great though. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited. I wonder how many episodes part 1 is gonna be, because I actually am not.
I don't
sure.
know. Is that info out there? Let me see if I
Like
can
if I
Google.
were to hop onto Netflix
Still know the tune?
and look,
Some things you can never forget.
like, does it say? I don't think it does. The power!
Power. That's awesome. July 23rd, 2 days after my birthday.
Hell yeah! So July 23rd, yeah, very exciting.
I don't know how many
Oh,
episodes it's gonna be.
I don't think it says how many episodes, but either way, I'll be
Wait,
checking
hold
them
up.
out. So.
This says 5-episode part 1 of the series over on Deadline from May 13th. So 5 episodes? Maybe?
Okay, interesting. I mean, they're doing multiple parts, so like
Yeah.
it's fine that I guess it's fine that it's only 5. But yeah. I mean, I yeah, give it to me. I want to watch it.
I'm definitely interested in it. I'm curious to see where they go with it, and I can't. I'm pretty excited.
You don't have to wait too long. Like
I was
said,
hyped for that
little less
music
than-
too. That music was dope. That played during trailer.
Yeah, it was a little less than 3 weeks, man. We're almost there.
Hell yeah, something to watch. How about it?
Yep. What else is next? We have the official first look, or as they call it here, the special look at Star Wars Visions, which is the new Star Wars anime show that they're coming out with.
I got it up. We're playing it right now. I already watched this.
That will be premiering in September. I have seen this also already. It looks great, dude. Like all the different styles of just all the different styles they're doing here. Like
The thing I love about this video, and I'm sure you probably agree with me when I say this, Daniel, is like, it's awesome hearing the people from Lucasfilm, but what's really exciting is hearing the folks doing the actual shows and how they're like, this was a dream. I'm getting to work on Star Wars.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And their passion makes me excited.
I like the one that's like, I didn't even know you could do this with Star Wars.
Right? Like, so when I hear them talk, when I hear them talk, it makes me excited.
He's like, finally.
It makes me so excited.
And this guy, can you really do that with Star Wars? Like, what? That looks cool, man.
There are so many genres at play.
So
Yeah, it's exciting.
they have given us the titles of the episodes that are coming out and who's doing them. So there's a bunch of different studios. And I honestly, like, I'm interested to see all of them. Like, I'm just, there's different like genres and concepts and ideas that are going into all of these, and I'm intrigued by them all, dude. Like, they're some of them more so than others, obviously, but like, I'm just curious what like official Star Wars anime is gonna look like, right?
Yeah.
And we're seeing it here, but like, I want to see what like it looks like in the when it's fully realized and completed, like the story of it, and just the visual. I mean, the visuals here look great already.
The stories, the music, the action,
Yeah,
and
the
all
whole
of it.
thing coming together.
Yeah.
So the one that I'm excited about the most is called The Elder, and it's coming up here. I'll show this one right here.
Yeah.
This one, the one we're seeing right now, The Elder. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, that
Story
one
of the
definitely
Master
looks
and the
interesting.
Padawan who meet an unknown enemy. That's the one I'm excited for the most. It just looks so good, dude. Like, I can't wait.
Star Wars Visions is completely different than everything else in Star Wars storytelling. Audiences will fall in love with it.
So this is September. Is that what you said?
September.
Fuck, that's not that far away. Like, it's really
Nope.
not.
2 months away. September 22nd.
I'm interested in all of them. The twins one I think will be interesting. The Elder looks really
Yeah,
cool.
the twins one look good. So here's the interesting thing: is that all episodes of Star Wars Visions will be released on Disney Plus September 22nd.
Oh, they dropping them all.
So they're dropping them all on
Marathon
September
day.
22nd.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna end up watching them all, obviously. So we
Mhm.
have The Duel from Kamikaze Duga, Gino Studio with La Pinocho, which that one honestly I'm not super like that's the least exciting one for me because they got like that furry bunny girl thing that I'm like, I don't know about that, bro. Like, like why you bringing furries to Star Wars, my guy? Come on. But I mean, whatever. Like, it is what it is. I'm still gonna check it out and watch it and all that. Tatooine Rhapsody seems interesting. That's the rock opera one. I think that'll be pretty neat. The twins looks good, and the elder, both of the Trigger ones, both of the ones that Trigger's doing, the twins and the elder, those have me pretty hyped. I'm actually really curious about the Village Bride because that's gonna be like more of a romantic, like what did they call it exactly in here? They called it something. There's gonna be more like traditional, like, you know, Japanese culture stuff in it, like mountains, and the style of it will be a little bit more you know a little bit more Japanese than we're used to. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that one as well. The Village Bride. Like, I'm curious, very curious about that one. Akakiri and TOB1 are from Science Saru. The TOB1 is the Astro Boy looking one, which we saw earlier. And then yeah, the Ninth Jedi sounds pretty intriguing too. That one's from Project IG, or Production IG, my bad. Yeah, so pretty hype. 2 months away from that. Finally got the first look of this. I'm here for it, man. I'm excited.
Me
The
too.
last thing we have here is Noah Hawley talking about the Alien TV series. He says it's not a Ripley story. He also says that Ripley is one of the greatest characters of all time, and I think the story has been told pretty perfectly, and I don't want to mess with it. Which is that's his reasoning as to why not, you know, why they're not using Ellen Ripley. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel like I'm messing up a lot today with my words. I'm sorry, everybody.
Hey, yeah, but that shit happens, bro. You good?
So in a quote from an interview with Vanity Fair, he says the alien stories are always trapped in a prison, trapped in a spaceship. I thought it would be interesting to open it up a little bit so that the stakes of what happens if you can't contain it are more immediate. So again, he talks about Ripley and how he doesn't want to mess with her story and all that. But Ripley definitely influenced his vision for the series, which he says, on some level, the story is about inequality. I don't know which species is worse. At least they don't fuck each other over for a percentage, he said. He says that he's finished the first two scripts, which tackle class warfare and what happens when the inequality we're struggling with now isn't resolved. If we as a society can't figure out how to prop each other up and spread the wealth, and what's going to happen to us, he teased. He said that focusing on the human element of the franchise is based on a desire to explore the film's larger conversations, not just their monster movie element. Those are great monster movies, but they're not just monster movies, he explained. They're about humanity trapped between primordial parasitic past and our artificial intelligence future, and they're both trying to kill us. Here you have human beings, and they can't go forward and they can't go back. So I find it really interesting. So yeah, that's him talking about the series a little bit. So we have a little bit more information about what the Alien TV series will be exploring and talking about, and we have confirmation that they will not have Ripley in it. At least Ellen Ripley's character, Sigourney Weaver. So yeah, what do you think after hearing this stuff, Josh?
I'm interested in it. I'm interested in anything with aliens or Alien, the franchise. I just need to know more. Like, there's not a lot here, but I'll be there when it's out there, just because I love the franchise so much.
Yeah.
Now, have they said what time frame this happens in? This
I don't
series is going to take
believe
place
so.
in?
I don't believe so, but I think they're also like they mentioned something about it taking place on Earth as well, as opposed to like being trapped in a prison or a ship or something. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. We'll see what they do with that.
Yeah. Cool.
And obviously they start planning filming next year, so this show won't be out for a while.
For a while, yeah.
In case anybody is wondering, because they haven't even started filming yet. Yeah.
Is that the last of the TV news? I believe it is.
It is. Yeah, we can move on
to the movie news.
To the movie news, indeed.
We
So the first thing I have here is a
trailer.
trailer. Do you like Scooby Doo?
I do like Scooby Doo.
All right. Do you like Courage the Cowardly Dog?
I sure did, even though it was fucking weird.
Well, here they're making a movie called Straight Out of Nowhere, Scooby Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, and we have a trailer.
We're watching it right now.
Scooby-Doo and the Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover. Let's get it. WB Animation.
So I saw this trailer in Discord, and then I promptly forgot about it and didn't watch it. And now that we're watching it, I'm like, oh, I thought this was a fever dream.
No, man, it's happening.
It's real.
This
is a real thing.
If you've ever wanted these two to team up, it's happening.
I remember when Johnny Bravo crossed over with a Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Scooby-Doo crosses over with
everything.
People,
like they said Batman and Robin, fucking everything.
I'm waiting for the John Wick Scooby-Doo crossover. When's that happening?
Oh shit! Fuck yeah, do that.
Did you imagine?
Just
Keanu talking. I mean, hey man, Keanu was in that SpongeBob movie. It's not like he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Keanu's everywhere right now. I mean, obviously, you know.
I'm so used to like old school Scooby Doo that these new animations always make me like. This looks weird, but it's just I'm so used to the old one.
Yeah.
Fucking Courage, my boy Courage, and just the weird man. What a weird show that was growing up.
Yeah, it was. I loved it though, but it really
I
was a
loved
weird
it.
ass.
It was
a weird ass show that I watched when I was younger, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh man, I'll take one of them sandwiches. Yeah.
Made that sandwich. That's a. They always go super extra with their sandwiches. Look at that.
That's cool. Holy shit, that's loud.
We there we got the Courage laugh. We had to have it at least once, right? Anyway, that's the trailer right there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun, you know.
Yeah,
It'll be fun. I'll definitely check that out for sure. Because I like both as well. So, let's talk about Paramount unveiling the new Transformers movie, and guess what it is, Josh? It is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. That is the next chapter of the Transformers franchise. So it'll be, obviously, for those of you unaware, it'll be taking inspiration from Beast Wars, the show from the 90s. What do we have here? What is this man's name? Stephen Capel Jr., which is the director. That's the name I was looking for. So here we go. Director Stephen Capel Jr., producer Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, and stars Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback pull the curtain on the 90s film, or the 90s set film. So I remember a while back, I think it was like last year or early this year, we were talking about on the podcast how Anthony Ramos had been cast in like the next chapter of whatever Transformers was going to be.
Mhm.
And now we know it's this one. It's the Beast Wars one. So he's in this. There will be different breeds of Transformers, said Capel, who last directed Creed 2. In our particular film, there are prehistoric animals who travel through time and space, and we find them here on Earth. Transformers Rise of the Beast will partially be set in Brooklyn, New York, and will also go to Peru, among other locations. I don't think a film at this size has been there, said Capel, filming in Peru. As for the 90s setting, Capel has been playing 90s hip-hop on set to get the right feel going. You're going to feel hip-hop culture, he said. You're going to feel Brooklyn. Capel revealed that Optimus Prime will be the film's protagonist and that the fan favorite character will appear in his G1 form. That is, the original look, which I'm excited for because I'm all about G1. That's my Transformers right there.
Mhm.
And he will once again be voiced by Peter Cullen, which, yes, Peter Cullen, he's the man, dude. Like, it'll be weird when someday we have a Transformers or an Optimus Prime not voiced by Peter Cullen, to me at
Yeah.
least, because like
No, I agree.
he's always been Optimus to me.
Yeah.
So the Transformers team has declined to comment on any other voice castings, but they're promising some interesting news to come soon. Meanwhile, Scourge will be the villain. He's quite formidable, fusing parts of slain Transformers onto his own body. That sounds pretty cool. He loves to collect Autobots and Maximals and use them as his trophy. Another potential breakout character will be Optimus Primal, the guerrilla leader of the Maximals and confidant of Optimus Prime. It makes Prime have a character he can have a philosophical conversation on the same plane. There's a lot of commonalities they're dealing with, but there is a different perspective they're dealing with. In addition to the heroic Maximals and the villainous Predacons, there will be Autobots and Decepticons never before seen on the big screen. We had somewhat exhausted the battle between Decepticons and Autobots, referring to the group in the previous films. How do we find a new set of villains and a new set of priorities? Obviously, we know the Michael Bay movies are from 2007 to 2015. And then we had the 80s prequel Bumblebee, which is my favorite one of all of them. That one is still the best one, in my opinion. It's
I
really
agree.
good. Definitely go watch Bumblebee if you guys haven't seen it. It is great.
Yeah, it's great. A+.
So Capel was chosen to pick up the mantle because the team was looking for someone who could tackle heart and humor. We want to deliver a film that has the scale and spectacle of the Bay films with the heart and humor we were able to achieve in Bumblebee. And Shia LaBeouf's relationship with Bumblebee in the Bay films. So Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback are the new human characters. And apparently Ramos grew up loving Beast Wars.
I loved Beast Wars growing up. It was so good. So I'm pretty hyped for this.
And he'll be playing a character called Noah, a military veteran and electronics whiz. The one thing I love about Noah is his tenacity and his heart and his will to never quit in spite of all the crazy things life is throwing at him, said Ramos. It's amazing to see all this journey when we venture out into the world and the humans meet bots and things start to happen and shit gets real. Fishback, meanwhile, on the other hand, did not grow up a Transformers fan, but she did grow up on Even Stevens, the Disney comedy starring LaBeouf. So she wanted to watch. So she watched with interest as the actor went to headline the new movie. She described her character as an intelligent artifact researcher. She works at the museum trying to get a leg up, and her boss keeps taking credit for the work that she's done. So yeah, they are looking at previs and concept art, and they say the fans are gonna go crazy. Um, the film is set to debut June 24th, 2022, so summer next year. And then yeah, Josh pulled up the logo for you guys right there. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
It's a good looking logo.
Yeah,
I
there it
like
is. There you go. It is a good looking logo. I like the way it
It's
looks, and the
it's
colors is good
simple.
too.
Colors look good. It looks like it's a good logo.
It's a solid logo. So yeah, there you go. There's some info on the next Transformers movie.
I'm about it. I love Transformers. I loved Beast Wars growing up. I hope it's good. I hope it's as good as Bumblebee because I love
Same.
Bumblebee.
I want them all to be like on the level of Bumblebee now. We
Hmm.
can't go back to the Michael Bay movies, man. Like we're
Yeah,
anyway.
that's cool.
We have some Disney news for the Disney fans. Rachel Zegler, the star of West Side Story, is set to be the lead character in Disney's Snow White remake. So obviously, we know Disney's remaking all their movies slowly but surely, and Snow White is one of their upcoming ones. And now they have apparently cast Rachel Zegler as their main character. She beat out many for the role. She's poised for a major breakout when West Side Story comes out later this year. And she's also going to be in the sequel to Shazam. She's going to be in Shazam 2 as well. But yeah, she will be portraying Snow White in the remake of the Disney film. I don't know her from a whole lot, to be honest. But I've heard of her name, like it's one of the things that you hear. But I'm just like, I haven't really personally seen her in anything.
I don't know if I've seen her in
But
anything.
yeah, that's cool. They're the director for the Snow White remake is Mark Webb, who we know from the Amazing Spider-Man movies and 500 Days of Summer and whatnot. If you're familiar with those, and he said in a statement, Rachel's extraordinary vocal abilities are just the beginning of her gifts. Her strength, intelligence, and optimism will become an integral part of rediscovering the joy in this classic Disney fairy tale. It's been in development since 2016. The original movie came out in 1937, and yeah, I don't know if this has a release date, but it's one of the next upcoming remakes. So
Yeah.
there you go. There's a bit of there's a bit of Disney news for
So
you.
when I saw this on Twitter, I only glanced at it and I read her name as Renee Zellweger, and I was like,
Oh
"Wait a minute, she's
God.
too old." I was like, "What?" And then I looked at it again. I was like, "Well, I'm just an idiot." Okay, I just looked too quick. I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, I'm dumb."
Oh man, that's funny.
But that's cool, man. Apparently she's like not in it a lot, like the West Side Story.
She's pretty new. Yeah, she's like pretty. Yeah, West Side Story is gonna be her like breakout thing because I know a lot of people are looking forward to that.
She must have got some chops though, because to throw her in there in Snow White, man, that's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, she's got some stuff coming up. Again, West Side Story, Shazam 2, Snow White. Like these are all pretty big projects she's in. So
That's cool.
anyway, moving on from that, we have some new the Suicide Squad things. We have a poster and a trailer.
Yeah, but the poster is so big that it's taking a minute to load here, guys, or I would have had it up already.
So the poster says they're dying to save the world. A James Gunn film, The Suicide Squad, in theaters on IMAX or HBO Max on August 6th. Dolby Cinema Film 4 IMAX. Get DC Comics at comic shops. Read DC Digital Comics at DC Universe Infinite. So yeah, here we go. We have from left to right all of the squad. I think that's everybody.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure. Yeah, you got them all right there. Look at that. Even Weasel's in the back there. That's so many characters, dude. Some of these are gonna die. Like you just know they are.
Maybe there's a twist, Daniel. They'll all live to the end.
Dude, I don't know
Look
how.
at
That's
John
so
Cena. Look at John Cena
yeah,
here. Look at this fucking shit.
yeah, fucking.
Jesus.
Wait, where is he? I can't see him, Josh.
Oh,
I had to do it anyway. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. Poster looks good. Yeah, we should throw up the trailer for.
yeah, let's
for
do that.
everyone
Let
to
me
see.
swap out here.
So it's the HBO Max official Rain trailer for.
I haven't watched this yet, by the way, so it'll be a first.
Oh,
for me.
nice. So you guys will get Josh's first reaction from this then.
Swap over to YouTube. Here we go.
You got your boy Bloodshot here
Robert Dubois.
in the opening scene.
Robert Downey.
Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet.
Oh, damn.
We'll see.
My court date is coming up, and Miss Waller said maybe you could help me out.
So apparently he put a kryptonite bullet in Superman.
Yeah, man, that's pretty.
Which is
that's
a
pretty
thing
dope.
from the comics, if I'm not mistaken.
Went more important than you could possibly imagine. Are you in or out? Good. Let's meet your team.
It's okay, I'm not okay.
Each member is chosen for his or her own completely unique set of abilities.
I need to feel the raindrops on my
There they are.
The squad.
Good to know.
There's your boy John Cena.
Is this thing a dog? A dog? What kind of dog do you think it is, mate?
Harley looks great, man. Like her, like just every outfit that they've been giving her throughout all these movies, like it's cool.
Okay, he's a weasel. He's harmless. I mean, he's not harmless. He's killed 27 children, but you know.
He's killed 27 children. Oh shit.
Your mission is to destroy every trace.
Yeah, he's
of
killed
criminal
27 children,
only
man. He's
as
harmless.
Project Starfish. Any questions?
Starfish is a slang term for a butthole. Think there's any connection?
Project Starfish.
Dear God, Cena.
Yep. His character's gonna be saying a lot of weird shit like that. We know this because it was in the other trailer too. Talking about dicks and shit, remember?
Fucking polka dot man. Damn.
Where's my dad?
I'm really excited for King Shark too, man. I think he's gonna be a fun character in this.
Oh yeah. Looks fucking fun to me. I'm in. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
Stay off the comm.
Bird. That looks fun.
Bird. Yeah. Very fun.
When's this come out again? What was the date on this? I forgot.
It's like I think it's next month as well. Like
July
it's
16th.
pretty...
That's what this
Oh,
says.
is it this month?
That's what it
Oh
says.
shit, that's soon, bro.
Wait, hold on. In the description, it says available in theaters and HBO Max on July 16th. But in the actual trailer, it says August 6th. Do you see that? We found a typo, maybe.
Conundrum. So it's,
It's probably August 6th. Makes most
on
sense.
Google. It says August 6th.
Yeah. But yeah, but if you look at the YouTube, it actually says July
Yeah, I
16th.
see it. I see it in the description. Yeah, it says very.
Yeah, so it's definitely August 6th then. If they put it in the trailer, it's got to be that.
I mean, shit. If it comes out July 16th, I mean, that'd be something, dude.
Just so you guys watching know I'm not like full of shit. I want you to see it. It's right here.
No, it's there. If you go look at the video, you can see it that it's there. Yeah, available in theaters, HBO Max, July 16th on the ad-free plan, streaming in the US for 31 days. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll most likely it's just a typo and it'll be August 6th. Because yeah, I remember them saying August, but then when you said July, I was like, wait a minute.
Well,
This month? I was
that's
like, hold
why.
on.
That's what I was like. Wait, July 16th. I was confused. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
gonna be August then, though. Since I thought that in the trailer. Hey, we
Alright.
found the thing. That's pretty funny.
That is funny. Alrighty. Back to some Disney news. Scarlett Johansson is going to produce and star in the Tower of Terror movie for Disney. So we know that there have been plenty of other movies that Disney has tried to do in regards to their rides and stuff. Like we have Pirates of the Caribbean, which I like.
Mhm.
And then you have stuff like Jungle Cruise, which is coming out sometime this year.
Was Haunted
And
Mansion a
then
ride?
Haunted Mansion was a ride. Yes, they did the Eddie Murphy one, which I don't remember being good.
No, I don't remember it being good at all.
And then they've done like Tomorrowland, which is not really a ride, but it's like an area in Disney.
You know what's funny is I
Uh,
thought Tower of Terror was already a movie. Apparently, it's not.
No, yeah, it hasn't been, but it hasn't been one yet. But they're working on one now. With ScarJo. I mean, the thing with these when they movies that they base off the rides is either it's gonna be good or it's gonna be bad. You know?
Yeah, right. Like
Like
it's 50-50 shot.
yeah, like Pirates of the Caribbean, fantastic. Probably the best one they've done, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Tomorrowland was bad. I watched it. The one we mentioned, the Eddie Murphy movie, Haunted Mansion, bad. You know what I
Terrible.
mean? Like
Terrible.
so, maybe this one will be good. We'll see. It just depends on how they do it. You know, we will see. But yeah, ScarJo is producing and starring in the movie. Josh Cooley from Toy Story 4 and Inside Out is currently writing the script. Plot details are under wraps, of course, because it's very early on. But yeah, Tower of Terror features like it has like a narrator, like that's like Twilight Zone-esque, and like it's very of that vein of that kind of stuff. So and then I mentioned Jungle Cruise. That's coming out sometime this year. I hope that's good because that reminds me of Pirates and The Mummy and this other stuff combined. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm always hoping for good things, but time will tell. Anyway, moving on. We have a trailer for Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh hell yeah!
Official trailer. Have you seen this? You have,
I
right?
did.
I think you did.
I did watch this. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it as well.
Let's open that up. YouTube and play.
Throughout my life,
the
Ten Rings gave our family power.
It continues to look good in my opinion.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited.
I'm yeah. It looks pretty great.
I'm excited to learn about a hero that I know nothing about.
Yeah, I know like almost nothing about Shang-Chi. And I'm excited
but they've
to
sold
learn
me
more
on
about the Ten Rings and all that too.
They've sold me on it with these trailers already. Like, I don't need to see any more than what I've seen. I'm in. I want to see this movie.
Yeah, I'm ready to see the real Mandarin as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all the martial arts stuff looks cool.
Oh yeah.
There's certain characters in this trailer that I was like, okay, all right, I see what you're doing here. I'm hyped for that. We'll get to that when we get to that though. But yeah, dude. Like I'm for it. This comes out in September. Also very soon.
I'm gonna see this one in theaters, man. I'm gonna see Black Widow in theaters too. I'm fully vaxxed. I'm ready to go back into the movies. I haven't been in like years now.
Yeah, this is a solid trailer, dude. I like the music choice and what they show and everything. It works for me. Works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all that water.
My son, you can't run from your past.
These like big old creatures and shit. Like damn, dude.
fucking dragon.
The rings, dude.
Oh, that shit looks so dope. I'm
Dragon,
in.
dude. Like what? I get like Mortal Kombat vibes out of this too, you know?
Yeah.
Right here at the end. Look who it is! Dude, that looks like the well, we know it's the Abomination for sure. But it looks like he's fighting Wong, dude. And I'm like, yo, that's so cool, dude.
Yep.
Look at that. The Abomination versus Wong, dude. Like that is sick, man. I can't wait to see that. Yeah, definitely.
Exciting.
That is so cool, man. That's gonna be great, man. We have another trailer. This one's for Halloween Kills.
Bro, I saw this one already. This shit is... I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right.
My only problem with this trailer is I think they
show a
haven't
lot.
seen the movie, obviously, but I feel like they show a lot in this trailer.
They do show a lot. Yes, I agree.
I kind of wish they wouldn't like show as much, but then again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what is and isn't a lot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that based off of what I think. But because this is a 2-minute 30 trailer, and it looks like they show a lot.
It's a beefy trailer. That's a lot of trailer.
It is.
For 2 minutes.
They show a lot of interesting kills in this as well.
Yeah, they show a fuckload of kills.
Which I'm like really? Like they're like I don't know. Again, I just feel like they're overdoing it a bit, but we'll see, dude. I don't know. Obviously, he's not gonna die in the fire because we got 2 more movies to go.
I actually like if they just did the fireman kills and left out all the other ones that they show. Probably been okay.
Look at all the blood.
I grew
Oh,
up watching
yeah.
these movies. I was obsessed with every Halloween. I mean, it'd be the marathons on AMC, and you just sit there and watch them. Like all the way up to
Michael
Halloween.
Myers. Oh, dude, with the light. Oof.
That shit's rough.
Dude, getting that shit in the throat.
Oh, that'd be awful. Fucking theme. Everybody's hunting Michael this go around.
Yeah, right. They're like, we gonna
Everybody's
catch
like-
you, some of my bit.
I do like that instead of like getting
Shotgun in the
slaughtered,
back.
that they're going to go hunt for his ass this time.
Yeah, it's gonna make for an interesting, movie. I think.
Absolutely.
The hunted are the hunters.
This shit.
There's a certain point where
I'm coming for you, Michael.
Do. Fuck me, that's good. That's good shit.
yeah, like when she takes off his mask and he's like, "Come and get it," like damn.
Like, come get it.
Yeah, that's.
I'm excited. I kind of want to see that in theaters, but I don't have anybody come with me, so I probably won't.
Oh, dude, just you'll have everybody in the theaters with you, man. Come
But no, fuck that. I'm not watching that movie by myself.
on. Man. That's funny. What do we have? Oh, this next news may not be your favorite, but it's news still.
It actually doesn't bother me as much as you might think.
Dune has been shifted 3 weeks later in Warner Brothers' release date schedule. So the wait for Dune just got a bit longer. Warner Brothers has shifted the sci-fi epic to 3 weeks later, putting it at October 22nd. It was previously set for October 1st. The move was a part of a larger release date shuffle by Warner Brothers on Friday. The Many Saints of Newark was pushed back 1 week, taking the original spot held by Dune. The Sopranos prequel will now launch October 1st, a week later than its previous date of December 24th. It also affected Clint Eastwood's upcoming film Cry Macho, which was bumped up 1 month after Dune took its previous spot. It'll release now on September 17th, 3 weeks ahead of its prior date of October 22nd. It's the latest delay for Dune, directed by Denis Villeneuve. It is the highly anticipated film originally set for December 18th, 2020, before being punted a year to 2021 due to COVID-19. So yeah, just another Warner Brothers shift for movies. Their next one is Space Jam, which comes out on the 16th. And I'll be honest, I was hoping Space Jam would be decent, but I don't know, dude. I don't have a whole lot of hope for it now, to be honest. The more
Really?
they show, the more that they show of that movie, like there's been like clips and trailers and stuff that I've been seeing. I'm like, dude, there was one particular thing that I saw where like Porky Pig is rapping.
I heard
and it's
about
like
that.
super 90s, and they're like that doesn't. It's like,
Didn't
oh
age
man,
well.
it's just not gonna. No, man, it's like, no, don't do that. Like this is it's like it's a bunch of there's gonna be a lot of corny shit in this movie. Is basically what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, I get you.
I don't know, dude. Like I'm still gonna watch it because I mean I love the first Space Jam, and I want this one to be good, but I don't have hopes for it of being good. Anyway, Suicide Squad is next on the 6th of October, or of August. My bad. I don't know how we went from July to October. The Suicide Squad on August 6th, Reminiscence on the 20th of August, Malignant on September 10th, Cry Macho on September 17th, The Many Saints of Newark October 1st, Dune October 2nd, King Richard November 19th, and then finally closing out the year with Matrix 4 on December 22nd. And those are the remaining Warner Brothers films for the year.
Matrix 4 is coming this year?
Yeah, December.
Really? It's weird we haven't had like a single teaser or anything for that. Am I the only one that thinks that's a little strange?
Yeah, I mean it seems. I mean, we still don't even have like a proper name for it, right? Like it's just like, obviously we're calling it all the Matrix 4 because that's what we assume it's going to be called. But like there hasn't been any official anything for this, right?
That's weird,
No,
right? And then it's
no
supposed to come out this
posters, no
year?
title, no trailer. Yeah, it's coming out this year at the
You
end of
have
the
to
year,
start building
December.
hype for it at some point, right? Like, I get that you want to be
I would
tight-lipped.
imagine that pretty soon they will, but you know,
That just seems so weird to me. I didn't even realize it was at the end of this year. I thought it was like in March next year or something crazy like that.
the other Keanu movie, John Wick 4, I think is coming out in March.
Oh.
So that might have been where you.
I just picked a random month, to be honest with you.
Oh, my bad. April, not March. So whatever. You're close enough. Close enough. But anyway, yeah. Where else? Where are we? Okay.
I'm actually not bummed by this. It's just 3 weeks. That's not a big deal. I just want the movie to do well.
You've had to wait almost a year already, right? So you can wait 3 more weeks.
My only concern is I want this movie to do well so we get, because this is just the first half of the first book. Like, I want at least the first book completed before they throw the hatchet into it. I hope they don't. I hope they keep going. I hope it's good. I want it to be good. Because I'm a big Dune fan. And if it's good, that means I get to bring in more and make other Dune fans. Like how Daniel got made into a Mass Effect fan. Let's get Dune fans in, man. Let's do it. So I just wanted to succeed and do well and get those sequels and all that.
Yeah, I get you.
Which the book I showed earlier, like the art on the cover is inspired by this Dune movie. Like a lot of the art in the book is inspired by this Dune movie, so it's pretty cool. What's next?
Moving on. Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie has now gotten a writer. Matthew Robinson, who co-wrote and co-directed with Ricky Gervais the 2009 comedy, The Invention of Lying, is penning the script to Rogue Squadron.
I've seen that movie. Did mention a line. Pretty good. I liked it.
Oh, you said you've seen it? That's cool.
I have seen it. Yes.
I haven't, so I can't really speak anything on it. But yeah, so he co-wrote and co-directed that. So he's writing the Rogue Squadron now. What else has he done? He was a writer for Dora and the Lost City of Gold. The Invention of Lying, Love and Monsters. He's a writer of Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat, which is this, the sequel to Live, Die, Repeat, or AKA Edge of Tomorrow. He's working on that as well. Okay. All right. But in a or rewind. Patty Jenkins says she's using her fighter pilot father as an inspiration for the project and has wanted to make the greatest fighter pilot movie ever made. And the movie has a release date of December 22nd, 2023. And obviously this will be the first movie we have since The Rise of Skywalker, 2 years ago. But yeah, just the movie has a writer now. Which is cool. I mean, it always I always like to report, or I always like to talk about these things, if they're going well or
Mhm.
bad, because I mean, it's like obviously some of the other movies we talked about how or like for example, we were talking about today, the Halo show, how it's been like in hell like for years, right? Like
Yeah.
it's always good when here's the Rogue Squadron movie and it's getting getting a writer. I'd rather hear that than there's behind the scenes trouble like there was with some other stuff, so. And Rogue Squadron is something I'm looking forward to because I want to see the greatest fighter pilot movie ever made. Like that's what they're going for on this, and I want to see what that is. You know what I mean? So bring it. And they're using inspiration from the books and the games, so I'm all about it, man. Like everything I'm hearing about Star Wars nowadays, like about how they're making stuff and how they're going about it, has me excited. Like the Acolyte stuff from earlier has me super hyped for that.
Yeah.
Just everything that I feel like they're learning from the sequels, which is something that you want them to do. It's definitely something I wanted them to do. Like even if you're a fan of the sequels, you have to admit that like those movies were not maximized the way they didn't fill out the potential they could have had, or that they did had rather. But anyway, moving on from that, let's talk a little bit why the Mass Effect movie never was made, because they were working on a Mass Effect movie like 10 years ago.
I remember when they were trying to get this made.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say was in 2010, not 20 years ago, in 2010, Mass Effect fans got a wild surprise. The franchise was going to be adapted for a film, and BioWare was playing a hands-on role in its development. The adaptation was joined by a bunch of names. Avi Arad, known for co-founding Marvel Studios, was set to be a producer. Legendary Pictures and Warner Brothers were financing the film, and several of BioWare's own staff would be deeply involved. Sadly, that's all that ever was heard about it, and the project is dead in the water. In a new interview with Business Insider, Mac Walters, director of Mass Effect Legendary Edition, confirmed that the Mass Effect film project has been abandoned by the team at Legendary. It felt like we were always fighting the IP, Walters said of the project. What story are we going to tell in 90 to 120 minutes? Are we going to do it justice? It was all those concerns that ultimately led to the script being reworked and canceled. And then obviously, anybody who's played these games know that you can't really simplify them down to 2 hours, right? Like
Yes,
there's a
that'd
lot
be
that go on in these
so
games.
hard. You go to so many different planets just in the first game, just for the
Yeah.
main story. So That's even if you ignore all the
Stuff,
side shit.
stuff like this is usually better to be made into a TV show. Like I would rather
And
see
I
a Mass
agree
Effect
with
TV
that.
show.
Yeah,
Because like
I'd watch the shit
when
out
you
of that.
do like a one and done movie, there's so much that gets erased from the games. It's like it's impossible to like crunch down a massive game into like a 2-hour movie. It's just not possible. Like, you can't make it a TV show. I think that's also another reason why like video game movies have been pretty unsuccessful.
Mhm.
Is that most of them are just better off as TV shows.
Another thing with
Not
Mass
which is
Effect is just just to look at the giant roster of characters.
yeah.
Like you lock yourself into 2 hours with those like Shepard and probably two characters at most there that they're going to show off, and one of them the love interest.
Yeah.
Continue your thought. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
No, I was just gonna say like, not that like there aren't games that could work as movies, but I think most of them work better probably or would work better as TV shows. And I think like what you were saying about the companions, they could probably have like a good number of them, but they're not gonna be as like prominent as they were in the games because like. It's a lot
They're
of
gonna
characters to give like story and agency to, you know what I mean?
if they were
Like,
doing
it's just,
that, if they were doing that in the movie, they would take the most popular characters. So you'd see Rex, you'd see Garrus, you'd see Liara, and then like the rest of them would be like relegated just to the background, like
yeah, they
most
would
likely.
not be as prominent for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is about this here, Daniel? Is there more to this that we're concerns on this reboot canceled?
Yeah, it was apparently going through several changes before it was shelved, including becoming an episodic TV series. There you go. But despite Walters and Legendary itself seeing value in the transition towards TV, the project still fell through. It never picked up again after that. Not for lack of trying, Walters told Business Insider. However, it doesn't mean all hope is lost. In the meantime, it seems like Legendary Pictures has cooled off on the idea of adapting the story. But Walters believes it's only a matter of time before other interested parties come calling. Video game adaptations are on the rise once again, and Mass Effect is ripe with a narrative worth telling. My bad, Jesus. With stuff like The Last of Us being a thing, executives will, and depending on the success of that too. Like if that does really well, like I wouldn't be surprised if executives start like going crazy. Like what's the next big video game thing we can pick up and turn into a TV show?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
I could see Amazon making a grab for it too, because of the success
That'd
of
be
the
interesting.
Expanse. They kind of got the budget for the Expanse. They could do the same
Expanse,
thing.
and we all know how much they're dropping on the Lord of the Rings show. Like, damn,
Exactly
that
right.
is an expensive show, dude. Like, god damn, I cannot wait for it. But like, if anybody could do it, it could definitely be them. Yeah. That's actually a good, solid choice. I hadn't even thought of Amazon. Like, I was thinking of like what would be a good one. But yeah, honestly,
it's mostly the Expanse that led me down that thought process.
Gotcha. I haven't seen any of it. I want to check it out at some point, though.
You'll recognize the character's voice in it. I can guarantee you that.
Okay.
Gotcha. It's very noticeable.
Gotcha.
So if you do check it out, I was checking it out, but then around season 4, I binged so much that I needed a break from it. But I'm gonna go back to it, and I liked it.
Cool. Yeah, I hear good things. I just never have seen it. The last thing we have here is that some John Wick 4 news is that Scott Adkins is in talks to join the next installment. We already have Keanu returning with Donnie Yen, Rina Sawayama, Shamir Anderson also on board. And then Chad Stileski is also coming back as director. So yeah, Scott Adkins is in talks to join. We were talking about it earlier, how the film is set for release on May 27th. Where I thought maybe it would be like March or April, but apparently it's May 27th of next year. And I can't wait. That'll be good.
Oh yeah, I still gotta watch the third one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Uh,
third one's good. But yeah, that'll do it for our news for the day.
I got one thing, Daniel. One thing, and it's
Okay, go for
and
it.
it broke. It broke while we were doing news. It's a downer one
Oh
though.
shit! Breaking news.
It's a
If
sad
it's a
one.
downer one, then I know what you're about to say. I know. I
Yeah,
saw this.
yeah, yeah. So it got tweeted out just a little bit ago, but Richard Donner passed away.
Yeah.
He was 91 years old, director of Superman, Lethal Weapon, The Goonies. 91 is a hell of a long life. I
It's a
know
good life.
Daniel
Yeah.
loved Superman.
Oh, I love Superman. Yeah.
I love Superman. I loved The Goonies. It was my grandmother's before she passed away. One of her favorite movies. Um, and I grew up watching fucking Lethal Weapon too. So
Yeah.
it's a downer. I don't want to. I hate to end on a downer, but it absolutely has to be mentioned because of like Donner has had a big influence on us growing up, like with these movies. So
Yeah, there's a lot of good movies, man. Sure.
and so uh, he lived a nice long life, man. Um,
Yeah.
I hate to end you on a downer though.
Hey, man, it is what it is. I did see that news. I did see
Yeah,
it earlier. Yeah.
I thought you might have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, R.I.P. Richard Donner, man.
yes, sir.
But like we said,
That's the news.
it's yeah, it like we talk about it like being a downer and stuff. I mean, it is, but like it'd be more of a downer if he was younger and it was more unexpected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think at this point you can celebrate his life, because
I mean,
90
giant
again,
bucket of
91,
wind, long life.
91, dude. That's a
That's a long
pretty
run.
solid, man. There's a lot of people that haven't made it anywhere near close to that. So
With a lot of great
uh
hits under the belt,
yeah, rest now, good sir. And yeah, he had a good life, and he gave us, and we can always watch his movies and all that stuff. So yeah,
All right. That is the news. I think we're going to take a break because we've been at this
yep,
for about 2.5 hours.
yeah.
We'll come
We'll take a
back.
quick break here.
We'll spend a little time with some D&D world building. Probably not super long because this show's kind of run a little long because we were behind on news. Not behind on news. We just didn't do a show last week, and it's my fault. But, we'll be right back after this. I'll put some music
We're
on for you
back.
guys, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
BRB.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hope you had a lovely break. We're gonna move into the second part of our show here, which is some more D&D world building.
Part
The
4 of our world building series.
Yeah, part 4. I think we're gonna build a quest. I think that's what's gonna happen. But first, let's kind of recap what happened last time we did this, because we made bad guys using an awesome tool that I have here somewhere. An awesome book that I purchased. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I own a lot of D&D stuff, guys, and that is no joke. A lot. So it might take me a second to find it. Nope, that is not what I'm looking for. But there's tons of great supplements out there. I just wanted to get out the one that we used for this. And it's gonna take me a minute. Villain generator, that's it. That's the one. Over by Realm Fables Villain Generator was full of awesome tables for us to roll on and make bad guys. So go give their book a buy, a purchase. Let's see how much it is right now, actually. Villain Generator. D&D. Well, you know what? I should use the actual title of the book, which is Realm Fables Villain Generator. Because I always like to shout out the cool shit.
Right.
You can get this over on Drive-Thru RPG right now for $2.99. It's PDF copy, $3. It's 100% worth the $3. I'm gonna throw it in the Twitch chat. Boom. We used that last time we did this world building stuff. And actually, we have a couple things. First of all, let's run down our villain from last time because
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna add a couple things to it as well.
Yeah, a little bit of a recap from the last episode, and yeah, like Josh said, let's add some things here. So we have this Google Doc, the Clockwork Land, where we have all of our stuff that we've been doing, right?
We do, and I'm gonna throw it up on screen for you. Boom.
Josh created a character, Josh created a bad guy, and I created a bad guy last time. So that's
two completely different bad guys.
Yeah.
So mine is a human, named Osgar. He was a priest / religious leader of some descript. He was a religious fanatic. He has a symbol, which is an eye. He owns an item called the Cursed Broken Shield of Warrior of Old. His weapon of choice is a crossbow. His appearance and theme is like he has a hollow hole that rests where his heart should be, and it lets out a poisonous vapor. Dear God, this man is terrifying. His thematic style is that he's kind of regal, wears white cape, gold armor. I kind of think of him as like he's the villain playing at being the hero almost by the way he dresses.
Yeah.
His negative trait is that he's malicious, and his positive trait is that he's competent, which is you don't want that in a villain. Somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing. He has a grudge against people that are aware of his like the adventurers that have outed his existence to probably some other faction or some other enemy of his. His mission is that he is spreading a sickness across the land that will kill all the livestock. His servant is a cunning sentinel of some descript. His pet is an all-seeing hawk. His backstory hook is that the chosen hero has hid his entire family. He has a prophecy that says the men of the wilderness foretold that when the Red Mountain sleeps, the demon's host will appear soon after. It is scrawled in the sand that the world shall fall into darkness. His motivation is to speed up the inevitable. He wants to speed up his plan, kill all the livestock. He's about middle-aged. His strength is manipulation. He's really good at manipulating people. Probably the heroes of, he probably comes to the heroes as like a good guy at first before betraying them. A trope I've used a few times. He's weak to magic, which I find very interesting.
Yeah,
right. Because like when I think of magic, what I think this means is that he's kind of weak to the arcane, right? Like not to religious magic. That is kind of like his strength because he's a religious leader, a zealot, a fanatic, right? But what he would be weak to, like probably more arcane magic. He's located in the abyss. He hates rulers, so like he hates kings and queens and anybody that just rules. He loves treasure. He seeks treasure. He uses mutations in combat, like he mutates. Oh god. He studies war and combat, and he has visions of a greater evil. Daniel, give us a rundown of your fine fellow.
All right, so mine. My villain that we came up with last time, his name is Gorham Spinestriker. He's a Minotaur knight / warrior. He's a bully. His symbol is a tree.
Another adventurer joins the table.
His item is a ring that controls time. His weapon is magic. His appearance and theme is there's a hollow hole rests where his heart should be, and lets out poisonous vapor. That one we kind of
we rolled double on that one.
Yeah.
I think our thematic styles are also the same.
His regal cape, gold armor. There you go. Yeah.
We rolled the same thing twice in a row. I don't think it happens anymore though.
His negative trait is that he's a tyrant. His positive trait is that he is adaptable. The grudge is that you are a species that they despise. His mission is using magic to awaken a long dormant volcano.
Jesus, that fucking sounds metal.
Yeah. His servant is a magical archivist. His pet is a spirit worm. His backstory hook is that a famous naval captain magically bound your mind. The prophecy is that the Queen of the Wilderness foretold of its coming. When the weeping fox rises. Hold on, God damn it. So let me reread that. Prophecy is the Queen of the Wilderness foretold of its coming. When the weeping fox rises, the demon's host will appear soon after, carved in bark, that the world shall soon fall into darkness. The motivation is that an old betrayal drives you to your goal. Age is old. Strength is his brawn. Weakness is water. Located in the city, and here's one that I find fascinating. He hates magic. So his weapon is magic, and he hates magic. And he's also, his mission is to use dark magic to awaken the long dormant volcano. So that's interesting.
Hey.
He loves treasure. He seeks vengeance, uses spells, studies history, and he has visions of cataclysms. There you go.
I feel like Daniel's villain's more interesting than mine. Just because he uses magic, he hates magic, he's trying to use it to make this thing happen, and he's like, God damn you, I hate you, but I'm gonna fucking use you. I'm gonna manipulate you
to awaken this fucking volcano.
Yeah.
So
I wrote in here, randomly generate title and weapon next cantina. We're gonna do that right now. I have some PDFs open, so we're gonna add a few things. Daniel, get your D100 ready. I need to we'll do titles first. Let me open my title page. I got my title page open. We'll start with you, Daniel. Give me a roll and let me know what you got.
All right, how many rolls you need? Just one?
Just one D100 roll.
One D100, all right. 66.
66. Oh my god, this name fits him. Your title is the Unyielding Anvil.
No.
Bruh. So here's the thing that I want to talk about for just a second while we're world building and talking about just D&D and tabletop in general. One of the things you can do with titles is you can give a title a power, right? So like bestowing something like the Unyielding Anvil, I might give him a power or Grum Spine Striker, or like if somebody killed Spine Striker, they might take his title, right? And that the title, the Unyielding Anvil, this is just off the top of my head. Maybe for a round he turns his skin to iron, right? Makes him unyielding, or something similar to that. Giving a bonus to his AC, or letting him do some special attack with it. You know, that's a neat thing you can do with titles. Let me do a roll here. Roll 1d100. I don't have my d100 handy, or I would do it on the map, but I don't. Let's see what we got. 35. What do I got as 35? Oh, I have Oscar. He is king in Ostmark. That is his title. He's a king. King in Ostmark, huh? I find that interesting.
Which is yeah, because look at what he hates.
Yeah, he hates rulers.
He hates what he is.
Yeah.
And just like mine, hates magic and uses magic. It's interesting.
Indeed.
Interesting conundrums here.
Let me put my title right up here. Oh god, I didn't mean that to be bold. All right. Weapon. I'm just gonna type in weapon really quick right here. So what I'm thinking though is that like he hates rulers. So he probably killed the king and took his position here. He's got a place of power now. And has taken the title of the king of Ostmark. And if you killed him and took the title, you would be king in Ostmark. And Ostmark could mean anything. It could be a town. It could be an area. It could be anything you could think of, right? It could be a cave named Ostmark. You're just the king of it now, right? And it could grant you something. You know, it could be a sanctuary. It could having the title might grant you a follower. It might grant you bodyguards, right? Like just to think about cool things you can do with titles. Matt Colville is one of my absolute favorite YouTubers with D&D and stuff, and he uses titles. And he's talked about titles extensively. So go check out his videos over there called Running the Game. If you're ever interested in running, if you're a DM and interested in running D&D, watch those videos. Watch their live stream that they did with their D&D crew. They're doing a 4th edition game right now too, by the way. But titles are an interesting thing that you could give not just your bad guys, but your players. Let them claim titles. Give them little special abilities with it. Nothing that'll break the game, but something that'll make them feel special, make them want to go for one, right? Especially monks. Monks have tons of cool titles. Master of Ravens would be a cool title for a monk. The Viper Striker would be a cool title for monks. So, something like that. It's little, but it could mean a lot to a player. I'm leaning on monk pretty heavily right now because like you have a character well versed in martial arts. They could beat the villain and just maybe the villain is covered in like tattoos of vipers or ravens, and when they beat this master of the raven or viper striker or whatever, they would absorb these tattoos and they would become the new personification of that title. So it's just something cool to think about. Right there. Now we're gonna do a weapon for our guys. They have weapons, but we want to give them a cool name for their weapon. I have a title for that. I mean, a title for that. A book for that. Okay. The list that I have here, by the way, I bought these on Etsy. You can find them in there. Just look for D100 tables. They was really cheap. They have we love rolling on tables. It is a lot of fun to add that randomness to it. And I have we're going to do a few different rules here, but we're going to do one at a time. And let us get to names. Where's the names at? Names. Do I want weapon names or sword names? That's weapon runes. That is not what I want. That I do want. Daniel, go ahead and give me a roll for your weapon name.
What do you need?
Just a D100. Just one. Let me know what you get.
91.
91. Gorum Spine Striker has a sword called the Sun Sword. Let's figure out the Sun Sword's history. So give me another D100 roll once you're ready for that. I know you're typing in the doc. So just when you're ready.
4.
4. Oh wow. This weapon was retrieved, the Sun Sword was retrieved from another plane where it was used as a game piece by angelic beings in an eternal tournament.
Whoa.
That weapon's got some history to it.
It was retrieved from another plane.
Where it was used as a game piece by angelic beings in an eternal tournament.
That sounds crazy.
That sounds nutty as fuck, actually.
Nutty as shit, yeah.
And it has a weapon rune on it. So give me a D100 and let's see what rune you get. And this will give you like a little magical ability on your weapon. Make it a little bit more unique.
60.
60. 60. Rune of Eminence? Eminence? The wielder may cast Misty Step once per day. With the proper material components, the wielder may also cast Plane Shift once per day. So that is pretty dope. Eminence is spelled like this, Daniel, by the way. No, you got it. That's exactly how it's I think. Yeah. The wielder may cast Misty Step once per day, and with the proper material components, they may cast Plane Shift once per day. That really kind of grabs that sun sword. Like, it was in another plane, and they got plane shifted to you somehow by accident or something. You know, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's roll my weapon for Oscar, King of Stmark. That, wow, I just realized that Ostmark and Osgar, those names kind of go together. Oh.
Yeah, they do.
All right, let's see what we got here. I rolled a 63. I hope I get something really ridiculous. No, I get something cool, God damn it. I have a weapon named Icebane. Icebane.
Nobody cared who I was before I was in the ice.
Icebane. That's pretty cool, actually. Fuck. Let's see here. Another D100 for me for the weapon history. 59, huh? 59. Let's see here.
59.
59. So Icebane is not a sword. It is a small hammer. It's a small hammer that was meant to be a simple tool, but it was used in a spree of murders and learned the taste of blood, and now it seeks it out. Damn, that's kind of metal. Let's paste that right in there. Paste display text. That is crazy.
Fucking bloodthirsty weapon, dude. Damn.
Bloodthirsty hammer that he carries around with him.
That's nuts, man.
Let's see what rune I get. 26. Nope, that's names. 26. Oh, wow. Weird. What a weird rune to have on this.
What'd you get?
It's called Rune of Ewaz. A rune of trust, faith, and companionship. The bearer of this rune can cast Bless once per day.
Well, I think that it goes into his strength of manipulation right there.
Yeah. It sure could.
There you go.
Rune.
There you go.
I'm going to do a quick look through these D100. So, usually, guys, before we do a D&D show, I will prep for it, right? But I was really busy this last week and didn't really prep too much, which is fine because it lets you kind of see what it's like when you're not prepared. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look through these really quick and see if there's anything that is worth rolling on here to expand our villains, right? Like,
yeah.
Let's say our let's roll on like an agent table, like a underling kind of deal. You know, a guy like your second hand man kind of deal, right?
So
not necessarily like somebody that's gonna kill or anything like that for you, but might be a spy or something, and it's just completely random. It could be a shopkeeper.
Here, like, okay.
We have a servant, yes.
Yeah, I was also looking at the servant and the magical archivist, but you say you're going for something else, okay?
Yeah, something like an agent, like somebody that's out there doing things for you.
Yeah.
When I think of a servant, it's somebody that stays close and like kind of defends you.
Yeah.
This would be like a guy. This would be like a guy like the party would fight almost before they'd fight you, kind of deal.
Yeah. Okay, so agent.
So you just roll a D100. I think all these lists are D100s. No, some of
All
them,
right.
some of them are D58.
An agent of evil. All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
84.
84. Um, 84 is a duelist who challenges the party members to a duel at a dramatic but inconvenient time and location. But he never shows up until hours later.
What?
Yeah. Think about it. Think about it. He's almost like the that samurai whose name is getting escaping me right now. He would challenge people to duels, right? But he would show up hours later when the person he was supposed to fight was pissed off. Like he would do this on purpose as a tactic, right? To fuck with him. So you have an agent who is a duelist, but he's kind of like he's got a flair for the dramatic. And maybe even puts on like a facade of being a lazy kind of type of a person, but he's not really.
Yeah.
He's working the party. He's undercover kind of deal. Also, I accidentally pulled my dice. Let's see who I get. I'll probably get something really stupid. Roll that beautiful bean footage. 65.
65.
Yeah, this is great. My agent is an incompetent shepherd, of all things, who has blocked the road with sheep for several miles. Sorry, they kind of do their own thing, is what the flavor text on this one is.
My name is Commander Shepard, and this is my dog.
I actually probably have to work on something for this agent because he's a little weird.
An incompetent shepherd who has blocked the road with sheep for several miles.
They
do their own thing.
They kind of do their own thing.
Sheep man.
Maybe those sheep are carrying that plague, man. He's trying to kill all the livestock. He's like spreading it around. Think about that. Let's see here. Bread and muffins and other baked goods. No, I don't think we need that. You want to pick a favorite muffin for your Minotaur?
Muffin?
Breads, muffins, and other baked goods.
I'm going to do one roll just for the hell of it. 58.
Let's see what you get. 58. He likes mushroom breads, sometimes with unexpected medicinal or recreational properties. Mushroom bread. I'm going to roll for my character now.
Yeah, why not, right?
14. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
I get a thing called Sawyer's Flat, a horrid matzo-like crisp bread cut with maple, at best, birch, which is or pine, oh god, sawdust. Often eaten by unskilled laborers or during famine and drought. He likes really nasty food. Apparently.
That's
Let's
awful.
post this in here. That is terrible. I acquired a taste for the stuff when I was but a poor nobody. Interesting.
What do we got next? What's the next thing?
Let's look here. I was looking at cultist items and I was seeing if there was anything in there that might be kind of like the thing. But nah, not really. Diseases. I don't think we want to give our dudes diseases. Dwarven clan names, dwarven traits, factions. We could give them. You want to roll in the factions table and give your dude a faction name, maybe?
Sure. Do it.
Give me a D100 when you're ready.
D100. Number 2.
Number 2. You have the loyalty of a faction of
swords together.
Oh, thank you for the subscription. I usually have my alerts muted, and it surprised me. You have a group of pirates that are loyal to you. They are called the Wayfarers, and the person in charge of the Wayfarers is in fact a mind flayer, which is weird. Let me roll a. What do I got? 79. Oh, I got a 79. Oh my god, I got one that fits my dude perfectly. The Paper Court, a secret organization of scholars, wizards, and other knowledge seekers. Most librarians and booksellers in this region are affiliated with them in some way. It is said they have a sprawling underground library under a major city. Oh my god, that's so good. I love it. The Paper Court. Also, god dang it, screwed up my beautiful thing.
Not the beautiful thing.
The
Paper core. That makes sense. Yeah.
We already did
totally
familiars and pits. Fears and phobias. Nah. Forest encounters. Nope. Nah. Nope. Nope. You want to roll for a boss mechanic?
Sure.
That might be something weird. Might be cool.
That'll be interesting. Why not?
What's an interesting boss mechanic? What does Gorham Spine Striker do?
Uh, 68.
68. Holy shit. Oh no. Re-roll, Daniel. You don't want this.
Okay.
But this time, I'm just going to tell you what it is. It doesn't fit the character at all, but it's really funny. It's called the Necro Dancer. When confronted in his dark lair, the lights suddenly go on, revealing the room to be a massive dance floor. At the start of each turn, Zone of Irresistible Dance is cast through the speakers that line the walls, which the Necro Dancer has the remote to.
Zone of Irresistible. What the fuck?
Each turn, the Necro Dancer summons a backup dancer, skeletons, or something that would be comparatively weak for the party's level. This goes on until the song ends, at which point a giant disco ball is dropped from the ceiling, with the intent to crush the players. Taking advantage of the disco... Oh, god damn it. Nah, you get a reroll on that one, bro. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I can't believe it's on this table. Holy shit.
Let's see. 31, I think. Yeah, 31.
Oh, this is neat. It's called stone fishing. The boss is hiding in the mouth of a giant stone fish who can swim in the earth like water. The fish can't go outside a sphere of a certain radius, but it allows the boss to appear from the walls and ceilings to try and smash people. Interesting. Let me roll. What do I get? 81. That one doesn't really fit. So I'm gonna It's not funny. It's just it doesn't even make any sense. I don't even know what's on this table. Funny for the arrogant boss is carried around on a light palanquin by the strongest and fastest minions. Interesting. The boss refuses to touch the ground. That's a little ridiculous. Okay. That one that that one just seems like it has a bunch of ridiculous shit in it. Oh, do you want to have a prisoner? You can roll for a prisoner in your dungeon.
Why not? Dude, we're rolling for him anyway. All right, prisoner. 60.
Seems to be something. Oh wow! You have Arndrimodor, an ancient golden dragon that is polymorphed as a human, currently being held in your prison for some reason that you would come up with. The name is spelled like this, Daniel. I'm going to paste it in your little.
I mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I was just gonna say you should probably just like copy paste
Yeah,
all that stuff in
I
here.
can do that. I can do that for you. Paste as plain text.
Because like I've tried to write down some of these, but I don't think
It's a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Copy paste it for you. That's cool. Make it easier on you.
Arndamador, ancient gold dragon that
65.
is polymorphed as a human.
I get Noodles, a dragonborn monk, thrown in the prison after being accused of killing my bad guy's daughter. You know, I'm gonna throw that in there. Noodles. A dude named Noodles killed my dog.
Dude named Noodles.
Some of these are silly. Nope. We did swords. Nope. You want to roll for your catchphrase?
Oh, dude, you gotta do that. 12.
That one doesn't fit your character. Reroll. It's for a shopkeeper. That one doesn't fit at all.
48.
48. What do you got? Your catchphrase is, you can tell that it is magical because of the way that it is. I feel like that kind of fits your dude.
I could totally see that working.
I mean, it's some assembly required on these things, you know?
I think that's right.
Oh, you got it. Let's roll for me. 83. I'm at the bottom. Mine is just all will be revealed.
All will be revealed.
All will be revealed. ... All right, that works. Jobs, no. Physical traits, no. Random boons, no. Royal family drama, nah. No. We did titles. I have a lot of these to look at. Yeah, a lot of these are for like if the players are coming through, not necessarily for our ability. Villain traits we already have. Weapon histories, runes we did. You want a name for a ship? Just for the hell of it?
Yeah, why not?
And then
Let's
that'll
do
be
it.
the last one we do.
15.
15. Your ship is called the Last Plank.
The last plank.
Yeah.
All right.
My ship is called the Lady of Black Water. Water? Yeah, Lady of Black Waters.
Lady of Blackwaters. Huh.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking metal.
That's pretty rad. Yeah.
There we have some interesting villains. Like they're a little strange.
Yeah.
You know?
There's some stuff in there like it's like
They're like you wouldn't necessarily keep that, right? You would
Yeah.
adjust it and such, but
it's
like,
something to go off of at least.
yeah, it's something to give you some ideas. Like the Necro Dancer thing was pretty
Yeah.
fucking funny.
That was just hilarious. Like that would work for a different character, but not. I don't think
That
this
would
guy.
work if your bad guy was like a bard, right? Like a bard necromancer guy.
I just fucking. What was the name of that thing? Fucking when man.
Which thing?
The spell or
Which
whatever.
thing?
When the music starts playing.
Oh, irresistible dance or something.
Yeah, when the irresistible
zone
dance
zone of irresistible dance. I think is what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude. Like what? That's hilarious.
So we're gonna add another tab here. Sheet 5.
Yep.
We're gonna rename it Quest. And here's what we're gonna do for this. Because the show has run long today, and I don't want to run super long. We're gonna give out some homework for Daniel. This is what we're gonna do. He gave me homework on music. This time I'm gonna give him a little homework. In chat as well, if you would like a piece of homework, we'll give you a piece of homework. And I'll give myself a piece of homework, and we'll all do this the next time we do. Next week we can go over it really quick before we start the news. So I have within my possession one of the most handiest things you could ever have as a dungeon master, called the Deck of Stories. The Deck of Stories has a bunch of cards in it, like this. And each card has an opening. What is it? What does each one stand for? It has an opening action, which is an idea to hook your players into an adventure. It has a rising action, which is like a twist of the unexpected that complicates the story. And then the climactic action, which is an event that is like the pinnacle, like the top of the tippy top event of the story. I also have sensory cards. Now, sensory cards are like a little ambiance to the scene, something that engages one of the 5 senses. I also have within my possession NPC cards. Now, I don't want to overload you, so we're not going to do the NPC cards. So I'm going to put those to the side. But what we are going to do is pull 3 cards. And we're going to build a quest out of those 3 cards. Don't worry about picking out monsters or anything like that. Just think about the story. We can always pick monsters later. Always remember that. We're going to shuffle these cards. Let me get the cards together and shuffle them. For those of wondering how many cards there are in this fucking thing, in just this one box, and I have other boxes. That is, look at those. That's a fuckload of cards right there. So let me get these out of the way. These are NPC cards. I don't want those. Put them over here.
Not over here.
Then we have sensory cards. Okay. We're going to shuffle these up real good. Just so you guys see I'm shuffling. I'm not going to, I don't want to bend my cards. So I'm doing like the lazy shuffle. You know, I don't want to bend them. These things are not cheap. So we're gonna shuffle them up. So are these for like one shots? They can be. They can be like for a one shot. I built an adventure using 3 cards of this and NPC's instant 3 cards called the, what was it? The Parlay at Calamity Peak is what I called it. So we're gonna draw a card. We have a rising action or a climactic action. This one can be either one. I'm gonna draw. We need an opening action. We got an opening action right here, and we need a climactic action right here. We have. So we have within our possession 3 cards. We're gonna give Daniel. This is gonna be Daniel's 3 cards. So Daniel, you have 2 options here for your opening action.
Okay.
Would you rather chaos erupts at the circus, elephants break loose and rampage through town, or you are delivering a chest and something inside starts moving?
Let's go with the circus.
Circus.
I think that'll make things a little interesting.
Okay.
With the circus.
So chaos erupts at the circus. Elephants break loose and rampage through town. Some things to think about, by the way, and we should write these down, are, it says next steps here on the card. And it says, is this merely a distraction? And how do you get people to safety? So think about that. Think about that when you build this quest, Daniel. Think about a skill challenge, skill checks, or something like that. Is there something more at work here? Maybe a little story of why is going on? What's the bad guy want to achieve here? Imagine you're Storm Spine. What do you or Spine Striker? What's your goal here? Build it like you're a DM. Is this his quest? Is he doing something here?
Hold on, I'm writing. I'm setting up the page thing here.
Yeah.
All right. So, chaos erupts at the circus. What else was added onto that, by the way?
Elephants break loose and rampage through town.
Elephants break loose and rampage through town.
All right. I'm going to give you the next steps part. So here's what you should think about. Are they merely a distraction? Question mark. How do you get people to safety is also another like little prompt. Just a thing to think about. You don't necessarily have to use it, but it's there to kind of get the juices flowing.
Right.
Next up, we have a rising action. So a rising action is a twist of the unexpected that complicates the story. So we read that the chest one. So you could use that as your rising action. See how it says a little R? So you are delivering a chest and something inside starts moving. That could be one of the like little twists.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Thieves Guild mistakes a party member for a traitor. Now think about your first part, which is chaos erupts at the circus. All right, chaos is erupting at the circus. Which one of these things could feed into that chaos?
I feel like if you're delivering a chest, like let's say there's something the circus needs, right? Like, you know, you're like the party is doing something for the circus, and you're sent to go on a fetch quest to go get this chest or whatever. And then once you get to like the circus, whatever is in that chest could be like, you said it starts moving, right?
Yeah.
So
something inside starts moving.
Whatever is inside the chest starts moving, and it like, for whatever reason, it starts affecting the elephants at the circus, and they break out and start rampaging all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll go with that. So
all right,
let's see. The chest, delivery to circus, Thing inside moves, causing elephants. Oh, I can't spell. And this thing doesn't give you spell checks, so I don't know if I'm. This is elephants.
It doesn't matter, like as long as you know what it means.
Yeah, elephants slash. Yeah, I know, but I'm. Anyway, to rampage. Boom.
All right. Some things to think about that chest, by the way, is like, should it be opened? If the party were to open it, what would they find inside? Just some things to think about with it. And where did it come from? Where was it being delivered from? Little things to think of. Have fit it into your own little world in a way. Fit it into the world that we built in the Tabaxi starting area, maybe even. So we have the first two cards.
Yes.
So our climactic action is during all of this. This is the pinnacle. This is the tippy top of what's happened.
Yes.
The Thieves Guild mistakes a party member for a traitor. So, Daniel, I'll give you a redraw on if you don't like this card.
Okay.
If you don't like it, but some things to think about on it.
I just thought there was another option. I didn't think that would be the only thing I had left.
No. You can keep drawing cards for like ever, almost. But
let's draw something else to see if
let's draw something else. Let's do it. Let's see what we got
here.
here.
Let's just see what we get. I'm just curious for like.
Yeah, let's do another reshuffle. We're gonna reshuffle. We're gonna reshuffle here. Let's see if we draw a climactic action.
But like,
nope, can't use that one. I drew an opening action, but we can't use that one. Jesus. Okay. So this is weird.
Okay.
An avalanche reveals the wreckage of a strange ship, and it is capable of interdimensional travel. I know, right? That's a strange card to pull, but you pulled it.
That can go in line with. See, this is supposed to be a quest, like during a campaign or something, right? Or
yes,
like whatever,
but also,
for example.
also think about this. These things don't necessarily have to happen one after another either. They just kind of have to be connected in a way.
So the way that I was kind of connecting them was going back to our bad guy that we created. My bad guy has a weapon called the Sun Sword.
Yeah.
And it was retrieved from another plane. And what did you say that ship was again?
It's an interdimensional. It's a strange ship capable of interdimensional travel. So it could go to other planes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was. Putting that too. And then there was something else up here. Where was it? Anyway, so that's how I kind of connected the two. So maybe I was thinking like that's maybe where Gorham got the weapon from, and how it arrived here, or how it arrived here, and all that and whatnot. So I think that could work.
Yeah.
So what was it again? I'm sorry. The climactic action.
Climactic action is the pinnacle of the story. So it's. I'm gonna read it. Oh, you want the actual card?
Yeah, the actual thing. Yeah.
My bad.
Just so I can write it down.
An avalanche reveals the wreckage of a strange ship, and it is capable of interdimensional travel. Some things to think about on the next steps of using this card is it the origin of a major villain? Does this ship still work?
All right.
Just a few things to think about. And when it's just writing out a little quest, a little adventure. Nothing super complicated. I like the chaos erupts at the circus, like really the chest could be from the fucking ship, and and moving it here causes this fucking elephant avalanche thing to happen, and then like there's several different ways you could go about doing this.
Oh
But
yeah.
the
We can
events
all-
don't
oh,
they
yeah.
don't necessarily have to follow like immediately after, right? Like you don't have to be okay. I'm at a chaos. I'm at a chaos. I'm at a circus. And while I'm at the circus, all hell breaks loose. And oh, there's also at this circus a chest that has something inside of it, and that causes the elements to cause an avalanche. Like it doesn't have to be one after another necessarily.
Right.
Is what I'm just getting at. So that's your little homework. Let's draw my homework.
All right. Let's
Which
see what
it's
Josh
a little easier for me because I've done this before. The nature god's representative seeks a new host for my opening or my climactic. A trusted NPC is not what they claim to be. They are a shapeshifter. And for my final card, the body of a paladin's deceased father has disappeared from its grave. All right. Let me think about this a second. So
Options.
my opening as I'm locked into is the nature god's representative seeks a new host. And the reason I'm locked into it is because I didn't draw another rising action. So my opening is whoops. The nature gods representative is a hard word spell. Speaks a new host. That did not do at all what I wanted to do.
Error.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
There we go. That was weird. Is it a member of the party? Is it a member of the party? Are there special qualifications? So the idea of building the adventure is obviously for your adventuring party. So it's asking questions that you would like ask yourself if the party was involved in. Like, is the representative that wants to be is the host going to be a member of the party? If it is, what reasons? Stuff like that. Is there a special reason that it's like that? I'm gonna get an error again. Yep. Like I'm gonna copy pasta your rising action. Copy pasta. Right there. And then it disappeared. Fuck is going on right now? So I have two options here. Actually, I have one option here. For my rising action, once again, rising actions are a twist of the unexpected that complicates the story. I already have an idea for this quest. Of a paladin's dead father has disappeared. Appeared from its grave.
Not the grave.
Mm-hmm. And our climactic action is a trusted NPC is not who they claim to be. They are a shapeshifter. Oh man. Oh man, I got an idea. I'm excited to build this now. Shapeshifter. I'm going to put these cards, I'm going to write this in here. What was the body used for? Was this a personal attack? And for my final one, was the NPC ever real? Can they be trusted? And Daniel, if at any point you need help figuring this out, you just have to ask me, because I will gladly help you. All right, those are ours. Chat, I'm going to draw some cards for you, and you don't have to do this. I just thought it'd be fun if you're watching the VOD or listening in, and you want to take part in this. We're going to give you a quest.
Going. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to give you a quest. So we're going to shuffle up the cards again. I've left mine and Daniel cards out, so you don't get the same ones that we have.
Same. Yep.
Which the odds of that are very little. Oh, all right. We got to draw another card. We need a climactic action. Nope. We need a climactic action. Nope. It's going to be a climactic action this time. Yes, we got one. All right. This has to go last.
So let's see what their opening action is.
Oh, I love this. All right. Your opening action, chat, is deep in the forest, you find a dark scene. Hooded figures chant around a statue. So that's your opening action, chat. If you're interested in doing this
I
little
almost
quest,
wish I had gotten that one. That one's
right. I was looking at the cards I pulled for this one, and I'm like, fuck, this is good.
Yeah.
Deep in the forest, you find, and we're gonna write this down too. We'll put this under chat's quest right here. Chat's quest.
You just make another thing. Boom.
Yeah, I could just make another row.
Just so it's not in your.
Chat's quest. I'll fix the format in a minute.
Yeah.
Opening action. Deep in the forest, you find a dark scene. Hooded. I'm probably gonna misspell some words here because I'm not looking at my keyboard. Figures chant around a statue. Things to think about for you, chat. Is it a ritual to summon a great evil? Or perhaps to keep it at bay? That's your opening action, chat. Say it one more time. Deep in the forest, you find a dark scene. Hooded figures chant around the statue. Your next steps to think about is it a ritual to summon a great evil? Or perhaps keep it at bay?
Interesting.
Your rising action, chat, is sometime after you've noticed this thing has happened. Your party is the party is camped in a shelter. In the shelter of like a large boulder. It is actually a sleeping behemoth.
Oh.
Was it things to think about? Was it lying in wait? Is it friendly? So a rising action. You camp in shelter of a large boulder. It is actually a sleeping behemoth. Was it lying in wait? Is it friendly? Chat in a way has a little harder if they haven't made villains. Chat, if you haven't made a villain, you should go make a villain.
Make a villain.
And then
right?
link
Come
your
on.
adventure this quest here that we're making to that villain. That's what I'm gonna do with my quest.
I'd be curious to see where your guys' villains are. In addition to your story for this quest.
Your final climactic action, chat, is there's a village that needs help. The river has begun to flow backwards. So that is your climactic action. The final thing that's happening in this quest chain. What is making it happening? Is it the ritual? Is it what is going on here? Was it the behemoth? Something has happened that's gone wrong here to make this happen here. Remember, climactic actions aren't the end of the quest, but you're going to get to the end of the quest from this. Right? So think about that as you build it. The next steps to think about is there something beneath the water that's causing this, or has elemental magic gone wrong? So a village needs help. Help. The river has begun to flow backwards. Next steps is something beneath the water. Has elemental magic gone wrong? All right, let me fix the formatting on that. So your opening action, chat, is deep in the forest. You find a dark scene. That's what I meant if I hit B instead of N. A dark scene, hooded figures chant around the statue. Is it a ritual to summon a great evil, or perhaps keep it at bay? Your rising action is you camp in the shelter of a large boulder, but it is actually a behemoth. Was it lying in wait for the party? Is it friendly? Your climactic action is a village needs help. The river has begun to flow backwards. Is something beneath the water? Has elemental magic gone wrong? So chat, that's yours. You don't have to do it, but it's a good little like storytelling practice too. These are all the cards we used. These are mine, Daniel's, and chat's. We're gonna leave them in their own little separate deal.
Yep.
So we know that those cards have been taken. And I look forward to seeing what we have next week. Also, these NPC cards are great because they have arts on the back too. We're not gonna use them, but I think they're awesome. When my headset's dying, I need to plug it in. When I made Parlay at Calamity Peak, I also pulled 3 NPCs for each part of the quest. We're not gonna do that because we don't want to overcomplicate things. But the NPC cards are really nice. So I think that's gonna do her. I think that's gonna do the show because we're gonna build these quests out. We're gonna talk about them. We can either talk about them next week, or we can talk about them next time we do a world building stream. Whatever Daniel is comfortable doing. It doesn't matter to me.
I think
gives chat some time, gives us some time.
Yeah, it'll probably make sense if we do it next time we do another one of these.
Yeah, why not? That'll give us time to build it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me fix the formatting on this. Let's go ahead and say our goodbyes because the show has gone on for almost 3.5 hours, and we need to hop off for a little bit. So Daniel, you're gonna be up first. You are up, my friend.
Farewell, friends. Thank you for joining us on D&D World Building Part 4. We'll see you again for Part 5, whenever that is. Currently playing Saints Row 3 co-op with Josh on stream. Maybe we'll do some Old Republic as well. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. I also have an idea of what's the next story game I want to play. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, just hit me up on all the socials on the sidebar here. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. Peace out.
All right. Hi guys, I am playing Saints Row with Daniel on his streams the next couple days. So come by there, check that out. I'm also gonna finish up Mass Effect 3 at some point real soon. I promise. Last couple weeks have been a little busy for me, and I just have it streamed because of doing stuff. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Thanks for the follow, Ian. I know that's probably you. And the subscription. Appreciate that. Cadigan 3. Appreciate you. Following and subscribing. And make sure to come by next week. We got more Cantina for you. We're available on Spotify. Do all that stuff. Go check us out. We're also available on Google Podcasts now. I forgot to tell you that. I made that adjustment for us like a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I ever said it on the show, but we're on Google Podcast now. Just search Clockwork Cantina. We'll pop right up. We're also on Spotify, which is probably where most people will listen to this at, with the MP3 version. Until then, we'll see you next time, guys. And we appreciate all the support and love. Bye-bye.